Auto break. Bam, we're live. Oh, Nelly. The sign's sick, right?
Yeah, the sign's really cool.
It
It
turned
gives it a
out.
whole new vibe. Like behind you, how the glow on the cards and all this stuff. Did you fix that up behind you too?
There used to be the cards used to be over there, and then
Oh
I
yeah.
moved them over there.
Yeah, it looks freaking awesome.
Um, shoot. And this thing comes with a pretty fancy remote, but I can't
Hmm.
get it to work. It worked for
Oh, all those are colors you could put on?
yeah, and it's got an on-off switch, but now none of it works. It worked for like a minute.
Weird. I wonder why it doesn't.
And I could dim it. Well, no, I can't, but I could. It's not doing
Weird.
it. Yeah.
All right, we'll have to check that out and look into it because I think it'd be cool if you always played with the color and the brightness.
And then it has a thing where it even like will go through different colors. Oh, and it has different color temperatures. Yeah, it's fancy.
Wow.
This was one of Athena's friends who made this.
That's freaking. I don't know. But I know it looks freaking
Anyway,
awesome.
the remote's trick.
I bet
Yeah.
you could get like another one of those remotes for pretty cheap.
Is that the same Allison?
Yeah,
She just changed her picture.
swapped it up.
Yeah. This is gonna sound pretentious, but it's not. I guess it is pretentious. I think I'm so much cooler because you guys got me this and I didn't do it myself.
That's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
No, totally.
This is like I got a blow job instead of suck myself off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah. Wait, did everybody?
First of all, I would have never done anything this cool. You guys have to understand this thing is not a joke. It comes with a big steel bracket. It's pretty fancy. It's like, could you hear that?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's like legit. It's like Rogue made it for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the fact that I was thinking about how someone even got upset in the comments. I was poking fun at people like Sean Ryan or these people who like have these fancy sets, or even our homeboy Patrick, even Patrick Bet David, except his isn't over the top, but just where they have the stacked bottles and the mood lighting and just all that shit.
Yeah, like a bunch of dumb books behind them or something to look smart.
Well, no, it's just kind of like I get wanting to I just like Joe Rogan shit. I just like that. I truly believe that's just shit on a desk. And it's like you kind of want it to be clean and you want a certain kind of image, but you don't want to go over the top.
Yeah.
You start to kind of look like a poser. And even like the thing, and I wasn't in the military, so I don't know how those guys talk. But like when I share times with Caleb does all the times in military time. Like I'll be like, hey, can we do a show at
I know.
At 2? And he's like, yeah, 1600 is perfect or 1400 is perfect. I'm like, okay. But like in Jocko's show, when he's like, I'm here with Echo Charlie 7473, and it's like dark and moon. Just part of me is like, it just takes away from the authenticity right away for me. But maybe it is how they really are. But anyway, I just feel like this is so authentic. It's just like, yeah, the homies did this.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was quite the test of my patience.
Getting it up.
Yeah, putting it up with because my boys were in here. And they really want to be on the podcast so bad.
That's awesome.
And so they're like sitting in the chairs and they're like, so Hiller, when's the last time you shaved your back? They're like saying stuff like that. And he's like, they're like, Susan. And because I have those mics over there and they're like touching shit on my desk. One of my son Joseph goes, this room's not fun because everything in here belongs to Heidi. Meaning
that's funny.
Like he knows.
Yeah. Oh, wait, did we reach 21,000?
Oh, did we do it?
Hold on, it'll drop back down, dip back up, drop back as YouTube plays with our hearts.
Jethro's birthday's coming up in 2 days, March 20th.
Wow. Jethro's birthday, huh?
Jethro's.
Look at you. Got a little birthday calendar over there?
Yeah, let me see.
Birthday calendar shout out.
Jethro, March 20th.
For $2.99, guys, you could get a cameo of Sevan on your phone.
Yeah, You want me to wish happy? Yeah, $2.99. I'll wish you happy birthday.
Oh, I do
$2.99.
it, but I pay you. I give you $1, but I tell everybody you paid me. That's how that works.
I in our thread this morning, there's the games is getting tore up.
That threat.
You saw that shit just pouring in this morning?
Yeah, I usually ignore that thread, and then when I sit down, I'll like go up to the text that I recognize, and then I'll just read through the whole thing because there's just so much going on. It's hard to like stay on top of it.
What's crazy is I thought half these people like loved the games, and I don't know if we corrupted them or they finally saw the light, but they're like, yeah, today's show is gonna be fun. Oh, I think we have to move. I think we should move Sunday's show to.
Oh, 4 p.m.
Yeah, we should tell Tetlow, and
Yes.
then we need to respond to Colton Mertens also. I'll remind you after the show. You don't have to worry. I'll remind you. I didn't open the text messages.
Okay.
So don't stress. Phillip Kelly's coming on today. Phillip is a guy who's been on the show. You guys know him in the comments. And Phillip, God, oh shit, I forgot my coffee. Son of a bitch.
Go grab it.
That's okay. Well, my wife comes, I'll have her bring it. I forgot my coffee. It's funny. I noticed my eyes were starting to close. Like I was falling asleep and I was about to take a sip of my coffee. Can you bring to me? Show you.
God, it looks so much cooler with the lighting
does?
behind you. Yeah, it really
How about when
does.
I lean back? Yeah. What's
Yeah.
up now?
Yeah, that's nice.
And you know what I did is I had a shallower depth of field, so I would only be in focus when I'm up here. But I changed it for those of you aperture geeks. I was at 1.4, 1.8, and I switched it to 2.8. I have morning voice today. Yeah, I've had some since for 3 years now. I've had some sort of ailment.
It's the start of the podcast.
Yeah. I feel like for 3 years now since COVID came out, I've had COVID. So that brings me to a very interesting thing. So there's this city. Some of you are going to find this completely fucking unbelievable, but I'm telling you it's true. There's this city south of us. It's like 300 or 400 miles south of Sousa and myself. And it is it's one of the most influential cities in the world, and people there during COVID actually locked themselves in their house for a year and 2 years. And I don't mean like 100 people. I don't mean outliers. I mean by the tens of fucking thousands. These people actually believed the pandemic was real. By the way, I want to tell you, going back to the polio thing was even a bigger hoax than COVID. And here's why. COVID, you actually had to eat sugar for 30 years straight for it to be fucking dangerous for you. Or 5 years straight, whatever. You had to drink 4 Mountain Dews every single day for 4 years before it would kill you, or 30 years, right? And there was other shit you could do too. You didn't have to be just Mountain Dew. Don't anyone fall into the weeds. It's the spirit of what I'm saying is right. So you had to have a lifestyle where you were complicit in your demise. So basically for 10 years or 20 years, you had to watch TV and just eat Cheetos and Coke, and then that shit killed you, right? So you were complicit, right? Then they gave you the final piece that killed you, right? So you had to do all of these steps and practice all of their rituals, and then they released a virus into the air, and it fucking killed the people who followed that ritual. Fucking polio, all you had to do was just eat healthy food, because they sprayed the fucking poison on the fucking food for you. But they didn't. But to kill moths. Now, don't get me wrong. They didn't do it on purpose. I don't think for a fucking second they're like, okay, we're gonna spread lead and arsenic and DDT, and then we're gonna give them a mercury-based fucking vaccine, and then it's gonna kill. We're gonna release. It didn't. It wasn't like that.
Right.
But at least that, like you it was on your food. And you were fucked. Everything had arsenic and lead in it. Milk, the meat, everything, man. They sprayed down the entire fucking country with that shit. And then those people, that's what that allowed polio to go from your gut into your bloodstream, and then you're toast. And then they released the vaccine, and then the vaccine started killing people. I hate to Oh, going back to Phillip Kelly. So Phillip Kelly's coming on. Phillip Kelly got COVID, was in the hospital for 40 days, muscle manos, unconscious. They brought him back from the fucking dead. He's lucky to be alive. CrossFitter. And then we had him on the show. And then about 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, I don't even know how long ago, he got on hooked up with California Hormones. And so it's been like 2 or 3 or 4 months, and he's been on the California Hormones TRT regimen. So he's coming on the show in 5 minutes, and he'll give us an update on like, hey, what's up? Was it good? Is it bad? Is he glad he did it? I'll tell you what, he looks fucking amazing. I hate to judge a book by its cover, but he looks like a boss. Oh, Moss days. He says more days. Moss days.
Every time we talk about it, I get really jealous of the like waking up with a ton of energy and
Yeah, I
like
know.
not having any fog and stuff like that. Because I would love to have more like clarity and energy throughout the day.
So there's this 496. Me too. There's this city called Los Angeles, and people there fucking were tripping. This is a city where they've done 2 shots and 3 boosters already, at least. I'm not joking. It's like legit, and it's the hive. I call it the hive, and people there are so fucking scared. So anytime you hear anyone who dies who's in Hollywood, you have to kind of assume that they had the vaccine. Do you remember the black guy? He was in Chadwick, and he was in The Wire. I'll show you a picture of him in a second. His name's Lance Reddick.
He just passed away at age 60, right?
Yeah, he just died.
Yeah.
This is a post from his Instagram. It's pretty funny. It says the U.S. Postal Service created a stamp with a picture of President Trump, but the new stamp was not sticking to envelopes. The stamp wasn't sticking to envelopes. This enraged President Trump, who demanded a full investigation. After weeks of testing and $1.7 million in congressional spending, a special presidential commission presented the following findings. The stamp is in perfect order. There is nothing wrong with the adhesive. People are spitting on the wrong side. Get it?
Yeah, that's pretty funny though.
Let's go to Lance's homepage so you can see Lance. So this last week, Lance Reddick died of natural causes. He's toast.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I think it's because he took the orange man's vaccine. That's what I'm going to guess. Anyone who dies in the hive early, I'm going to give you a pass. You can just think that. And if everyone's like, you guys all think blah, blah, blah. Well, just tell me how many right-wing people who aren't in the hive are we seeing die? How come it's all the people that are the sudden death people who are dying that are hivers? They're all in the hive. Yeah, you can't be in Hollywood unless you get that shit. It's crazy. The Jab, brought to you by the Orange Man. Yeah. What's Spiegel's crumble cookie? What's the deal with that? She eats crumble cookie? The Danny Spiegel?
Is it an official sponsorship now? I don't think it was official before, and she would just kind of like bring them out and like eat the cookies. And then I think now there might be some sort of official partnership.
What a boss she is. How amazing are you that you just fucking say something like that, and the next thing you know, they're your sponsor?
Yeah. I don't know if it was a long-term thing or...
Yeah, The Wire. I wonder if COVID's just a conspiracy to kill 60-year-old black men. Hey, I saw someone sent me a meme, and it shows a guy doing skull crushers. You know that exercise, skull crushers.
Yeah.
Because when I tell people I love skull crushers, they think I mean this, but really I mean. And then it cuts to Danny Spiegel running, and it's just like a shot of her thighs. You get it? Like eating at the Y, skull crush. You get it?
I get it.
Lunch at the Y. Anyway, I thought it was pretty good.
I don't get the girls who eat thing.
No, that's just woke shit. That's like trying to take, like, it's okay, we eat, and that goes back to the thing of like just being concerned about what this message us women are told. No, not you women are told that. Yeah. Chicks like Little House on the Prairie weren't told any of that shit. Hey, so Yesterday, I got this picture of this chick who's very attractive, and she's sitting on a bed with her dog with a boxer. And
Okay.
she sent it to me in my DMs. And it says,
Wait, like a picture of her on the bed with the dog?
yeah, she's sitting on the edge of the
Like,
bed with her dog, a
oh, so it's
boxer.
not like a seductive photo.
I mean, she probably didn't mean it to be seductive, but I'm so easily seduced it doesn't even matter.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
She's wearing shorts and I can see her legs, and she has really nice legs. I'll tell you that. Anyway, and
That'll
she's
do it.
pretty, and she has crazy thick hair, and she's young. And she writes to me saying, "Hey, I listened to your show, asshole, and you're always making comments that you like your women like 150 pounds." And I weigh 180, and I just want to tell you that, like, basically, like, I have a good body and I'm 180. And now you say you hate boxers, and I'm showing you that I'm basically 180 and hot, and I have a boxer. And I'm thinking, listen, motherfucker. I fucking love I would love a 300. I would consider if there was a 350-pound fucking 6'8" woman who wanted to fucking bathe with me, I would beg my wife for a pass.
Like the chick we met at Safeway in Newport.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, can we follow her around Safeway? Yeah, exactly.
You were fascinated by her. That would not fit any of the normal, stereotypes that people see. Yeah.
We were in Newport, and there was a 6-foot chick who was like, it was like Andre the Giant's sister. She didn't even look human. And she had the biggest tits and biggest ass. She was massive. She may have been a 400-pound woman. And I wanted to talk to her so fucking bad. I felt my loins. I felt improper feelings, like physically. And someone thinks that like a 180, let me tell you something. But I do fucking boxers are shit dogs. But you're hot, and I don't give a fuck if you're 180. My wife's one of those chicks, if she puts on a pound, it goes straight to her titties. Now the downside is if she fucking does CrossFit, her titties goes away. But if my wife went from 137 to 157, her tits would be D. She'd put fucking 18 pounds of that B on her tits and 2 pounds on her ass.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Tell me that I fucking don't like a chick that's 180. Phillip, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? Is that a gym in your house?
Or yeah, it's inside my house. Yeah, it's in my garage.
Well, you're just seeing Sevan's living room. That's about close. So
I know, right?
Yeah, actually, there's so much that you can't see from this angle, but on the other side over there, I have a GHD machine, rower, echo bike, a sled, actually 2 sleds.
Oh, nice.
What sled do you have? What sled do you have?
We talked about this before. It's some shitty sled that somebody made that I bought for $30. Whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. I spent just a fucking small fortune on a sled just recently. It was $300 for the sled and then $110 for the shipping.
Oh,
see, like,
and my mom saw it. I'm 51, and my mom yelled at me. You have no business buying that. You have 3 kids. Yeah, I got that thing. I got that thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is. That's
my straps never showed up though, but I paid for them.
So I have a sled that's similar to that, and then the other one that I have is kind of like a I think what's that one called? That's not the dog sled, right?
I think it's a dog like the 1.0, like the cheapest dog. I got like the cheapest dog.
Okay,
maybe it was $380
that they make that you can just drag around with like a strap or something. Yeah. I have one similar to that. That's the one that somebody made, and I love dragging that thing around my neighborhood. It's great for anybody, but like for me.
Are you embarrassed when you drag it out? I'm kind of, even though I live kind of in the country, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm about to take this thing in my front yard today, and I'm a little embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
No, I'm not embarrassed. I do, dude. Like one of my neighbors said, "Oh, you dragged that around on the pavement. They just repaved out here," and I'm like, "So the fuck what? I'm not going to ruin the pavement with this thing."
Who said that to you? Your wife?
A neighbor.
Oh yeah. Oh good. Yeah, I thought about that too. One of my neighbors. I got those plastic things for the bottom.
Well, you're better than me. I don't have anything on the bottom. It scrapes. It's a little bit loud. It's not super loud though, but I'm not ruining the pavement. There's so much worse things that come across the street than my little sled that's flat.
Yeah, it doesn't even make a mark, I bet.
No, it doesn't.
Mark it? Yeah, no way.
No, it doesn't make a mark. No, but so like I like to do it. Well, I really would like to motivate some of the other. What is that? A map?
What is happening there?
This is so. my address got given out on air.
Got given out.
Who drew that?
Rogue, I'm gonna sue Rogue. Rogue gave my address out on the air.
Yeah, that was Rogue, sure. Dear Bill and Katie.
Yeah, I was fucking around on the Rogue website, and the fucking Logan or whatever the guy's name is, who I was in the chat with, gave out my. We should do a bit where I fuck. We should do a bit where I fuck with the Rogue live chat once a week.
Oh, that would be incredible.
So they gave out my address, and then this came in the mail.
No signature.
No, I know who sent it.
Okay.
I know who sent it. It came with the love note.
Awesome.
Yeah, look it. There he is. I didn't want to say who sent it, but this dude sent it.
Oh.
Wait, who sent it, Corey?
Alan Kestenbaum. It's a girl. It's a really thoughtful note that he sent it with, but it's like all the shit I like, right? It's bugs and fruit trees and titties. It's crazy.
Where's the penis?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm in denial still. It's crazy thoughtful. I just realized it goes like this. She's laying on her back.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's yours. You can make her do whatever you want.
That's very kind of you. I was actually, I told my wife that the other day. I remember when you were young and I could do whatever I wanted with you.
How'd that go over?
She ignores me.
Yeah.
It's the toxic masculinity. Oh man. Hey, I'm glad that you did that little one.
I told her too, Phillip. I said, hey, I still between my ears, I still do whatever I want with you, but I want you to know I never make you do anything in there that you haven't actually done in real life. So just so you know.
That makes her
That's good. Hey, I'm glad that sign worked out, dude. It looks awesome.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Dude, you have no idea when your show goes off.
Yeah.
The Sevanistas don't stop in the chat. It just carries right on over offline. You have no idea.
To where?
Should I say?
I don't think so. You should keep it a secret. It just carries on.
Do people know? Is it public where it happens?
In some form or sense, but you have to be invited to be able to sit with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is it on a it's on a social media platform, or does it?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I don't. Look at Audrey says don't tell. Wow.
I know. I'm not going to tell. I've got the chat with Dave kill me, right? But like somebody during your birthday show, what's his name? Chris. I can't say his last name. He commented in there and was like, wait, where is this happening at? And I saw him say that, so I messaged him after the show and said, do you want to be added? And I said, I got to warn you, it's a lot. Haley knows. Haley's in there.
She's told me some shit. I didn't know it was like that though. Allison
NYC is in there.
I do the least cool shit ever when the show's over. I go inside.
No. Let me just pause you right there.
Okay.
People watch reality shows. People. The Osbournes was like the first hit reality show.
Yeah.
People are fascinated by seeing inside other people's homes. If you think people don't want to see inside your home and watch a day in the life of you with your boys, you're crazy. You could have a reality show.
Dude, I walk from here into the kitchen and I eat old cold eggs out of a pan with a spoon while yelling at the boys to get in the van. So it's like almost like, and then I ask Haley, can I finish their oatmeal too? She says, yeah. And I have 2 more scoops of oatmeal, and then we get in the van and we drive away.
It's riveting. The dad life.
Fucking, it's.
Have you?
And then I text with mom.
Yet?
I got the dumbbell, dude.
Did you lift it?
Well, not over my head, dude. It's
build it up.
Crazy. I had just done a pretty intense deadlift workout for myself with 185 like maybe 2 days ago, and Andrew kind of was making fun of me that like I shouldn't be like yanking heavy shit off the ground. My impression was more than once a week, so I'm trying to show some fucking discipline and not put the dumbbell overhead for at least 3 or 4 more days.
Yeah, maybe not that heavy.
Dude, it's crazy big. I mean, I moved it around my garage. And like I, you know, and you pick a dumbbell up and you kind of like throw it like 4 inches and then pick it up and throw it 4 inches. I did that with it. And I put it over next to the 60 and 70. Yeah. And I heard it laughing at the 70. I heard it. You little bitch. I was like, wow.
I mostly have been doing all dumbbell stuff since my little, escapade with COVID. But it's funny. I feel like, gosh, this is the worst. Not the worst. I feel kind of like Gary Roberts getting ready to come onto your podcast because I'm like, shit. I feel like I have to I need to go run a half marathon and PR stuff for Sevan. I need to show all these things, but I know it's not really like that. But
it's definitely not like that.
I know it's not. I already know it's not. I've talked with you and I already know, but so I just kind of laugh about that. I won't, as far as Gary Roberts goes, I won't talk about the Lovins because I know the chat will go crazy with that too. But
the love, jeez, Louise.
I didn't know anybody calls it that. I've never.
That shit really complicates his life.
Such an emphasis.
That shit's supposed to be fun and chill.
It stressed me out listening to it.
I like the reason why you're married is so if you're having a bad day, you can just go over and just put your face in boobs and just take a few deep breaths. That's it. It's just like having your own boobs in the house. You don't have to get all weird. You don't got to demand a lot from them. Just yeah. Let's Kenneth DeLab. Let's be honest. Gary's a sex addict. Yeah, I think maybe.
Might have been.
Yeah, maybe.
There just shouldn't be a big
the TRT addict.
No. He's always been like this. He's always been.
That's true because he's his first marriage. It hasn't changed.
His first marriage went away because
Lovins
or
lack of,
or just what he just has to change his story. Don't
he's changing it.
His internal story.
Yeah.
When will you have Gary's wife on? Wow.
Oh,
you think that's
David?
What value does Phillip bring to the show?
Thank you, David. Oh, thank you. Okay. So that's part of my mentioning Gary and feeling this pressure beforehand. So
hold on 1 second, Phillip. I just got to add this. Jessica T. Sevan, that was one of the best descriptions of marriage I've ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I walk through the house, I just stare at my wife's butt and I'm just better. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to want more. Maybe I'll gratuitously rub against her. I'll smell her neck. I'll kiss her neck. But it's just you just have your own flowers in the house. It's just your good shit. Don't fuck it up. Okay. Recovering sex addict. You are, huh?
Minus the he's a recovering, or I thought you were saying
that's the way I took it. Okay, sorry, Phil. What were you gonna say?
So what I was gonna say is this week actually, when Bruce posted the schedule and it had Josh Bridges and then the affiliate episode and then me today, there was a not so friendly comment in the comments there on Instagram, and I couldn't help
about you.
Yeah.
Well, what? Who's that dude, and why is he fucking it up?
It was more or less because the first comment said, "I love Bridges, love the affiliate series. I'm not familiar with Phillip Kelly, but I'm sure I'll find out more about him," or something like that. And somebody else commented and said, "Don't worry, you're not missing anything. I still don't know why he gets a show." And I'm like,
holy shit.
And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't get a show. Okay. This is a check-in more or less. But I was
because Taylor pays him to come on wearing that hat.
I'm trying to get sponsored any way that I can. Well, semi-sponsored here, CrossFit, wherever, yeah, Taylor sponsors me. But anyways,
what savages? People are savages.
I know. So I responded and I just said, "You're great." And
that whole thread's gone. Oh, there it is.
No, it's still there. It's still there. And don't put it up, Susan. I don't want to
Who is it? Who is it? You don't want to dox
them.
Who is it, Souza? Who said it?
It's nobody you know. It's nobody that I knew either. But well, here's the thing. Here's what it is. Oh gosh. I ended up saying, look, because I figured she probably doesn't know about my story or anything.
It's a good-looking girl.
And so
it is. It's a sweet piece of ass too.
Yeah. So I said,
you got fucked up by a hot chick. That's the worst.
I know. Yeah. So I said, accept my follow request so that I can message you. and I can tell you. So she did. I messaged her and I said, look, basically, I had this shitty battle with COVID. Came out of it. Sevan had heard about it, had me on the show to talk about it. Now I've started working with California Hormones, and so he likes for me to check in and give him updates, basically. And so we chatted a little bit. She said that that I was right. She hadn't seen the episodes before, and the only thing that she knew of me was the comments and my infamous call into the Jason Khalipa interview.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great.
And
then Tom won, and then Tom had to try to big dick you by calling in on the Rich Show.
I wasn't gonna call in on the Rich Show, but
Sarah Cox, we love you, Phillip.
Yeah, Sarah. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna see you on Tuesday.
Does anyone call you Phil or Phillip?
My people in my family call me Phil.
Yeah, I could see her doing it with her accent, with her Australian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, of course, of course, I was as soon as I read that she only knew of the Khalipa call, I thought, of course, because this thing I can't escape this thing. I feel like I tweeted Khalipa 19, seriously, and you
didn't say anything, but you didn't say anything bad.
I haven't heard anything really negative feedback from what I said. And that was actually why I called in, because I didn't want to give the impression that I'm just making these comments in a chat. That's why I called in and said, I'm a person, I'm willing to talk to you, and this is where I'm coming from. But
here's the truth. Phillip needed more attention because of his California Hormone sponsor.
Thanks. Yeah.
He was going to lose his sponsorship with California Hormones, so he had to draw more attention to himself. So we told him he better call in and fuck with Khalipa so that he can become infamous. We know the 4 ways of getting attention. One, show ass. Phillip's not quite there yet. 2, do something infamous.
This morning, I could do that for you.
There you go.
Sarah Cox, thank you. By the way, there is a website, cahormones.com. You go there, you type in the discount code word or the free consultation word or the code word Sevan, SEVAN, and you get a free doctor's consultation. And if you're in California, you will also get free blood work if you're near their mothership, which is in Newport, California. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it sounds like there's another office about to open in California that's 300 or 400 miles north of Newport. So they're going to expand, which is pretty fucking awesome. But basically, Phillip did that. Phillip went to them. You went down to Newport, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many months ago was that?
I did my blood work. I can't remember if it was it's probably near the beginning of December, because I started at the end of December.
Okay. So January, February, March. So basically 3 or 4 months ago, you went down to Newport, and for the last 3 months, you've been taking TRT that was prescribed to you from California Hormones.
Correct.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
No worries, Phillip. I got my own charity show simply for donating. You're far more worthy, Dylan Val. Oh, that's right. Dylan was on a show, right? I forgot about that. We probably should have him on again. Corey Leonard, Phil's name is actually Carol Robbins.
Shut up, Corey.
How come I don't get that?
It's probably a chat inside joke.
It is.
Oh, Arizona too. Okay. So we're going to be able to get free blood work for all sorts of people.
Because if I move to Arizona, that'll be awesome.
Are you thinking about that?
Maybe. I can't. Everybody loves the weather here in California, and that's fine and dandy. But all of the other stuff that you have to deal with, it's so ridiculous. And people, it's just, when I go to other states that aren't over legislated like California is, it just feels different to me. And I've lived outside of California before, so I know that this isn't the only way, right? And when I go visit my dad in Arizona, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just such a different feeling, vibe. When you go out somewhere, it just feels different to me than out here. I feel like here there's just so many rules, and like, oh, I can't do this, can't do that. I might offend somebody if you say this, and it's like, you guys are so soft. Like, go to Chicago, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Go to New
Wad
York
Zombie.
City.
If Phillip were a burger, what type of burger would he be? Jeez Louise. Wad Zombie. Oh,
Here
look
we
at
go,
I got
yeah,
my
nothing
Wad
burger.
Zombie. I got my new cards. Ariel Lowen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Did
slept
you
with
see
this
the
last night.
thumbnail he made for this episode?
And then Ben Smith.
That's a Legends card.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't sleep with your card. I showered with you though. Don't feel bad.
Awesome.
But I slept with the Ariel Lowen card. My wife's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
How'd that get in here?
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on, Ariel.
Phillip would be a nothing burger. Someone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nothing burger.
I thought Dave Wad nothing burger. Shit, I can't find it.
Did you look at the thumbnail that Nick made for this episode?
No, is it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been up.
It's the
He sent
Brokeback
it to
Mountain
me.
one.
He sent it to
Oh
me.
yeah.
Dude, it's so
Yeah, at
ridiculous.
least you're the handsome one.
I don't know. You look pretty good there.
Oh please. You look like you're addicted to meth, and I'm the old guy who tricked you into fucking me. Corey Leonard, by the way, that's an actual phenomenon. By the way, I had a bunch of friends in college who were into meth and ended up taking cock to get more meth. Not a bunch, but two in particular. Phil's name is okay. Hey, so how is it going? Are you enjoying the journey? Three months.
It's going good. Yeah, it's going good. More of the same, like we talked about last time. I mentioned and Sousa just mentioned it earlier about like brain fog and feeling better. That's more or less like my main goal of behind this. As far as training goes, especially with me getting, I'll say older, but it's not to offend anybody that's older than me. But as I'm getting older and after everything that I've gone through, my priorities have changed as far as when I'm training and what I want out of it. PRing things look different to me these days than they used to. And so I don't have a desire to have an amazing Fran time per se. I'm like, let's try it just with dumbbells or something. And, just switch up things. And so anyways, my priorities have somewhat changed as far as my training. But the first time I was on, even you were trying to get out of me and I couldn't. I don't know. I was having like probably brain fog at the time, but like you were more or less saying that I would like to be a source for people who may have gone through similar journeys, and that's correct. What I have found throughout this is that there's a lot of people who don't want help or they don't want to put in the work, and that's just from being in different private groups on Facebook for people who have had COVID.
So you've been on group chats like that, like, or you've been on like a Facebook page where
I've
people are
joined a
talking
couple
about COVID,
groups.
and you're like, hey, just so you know, I got on testosterone, and this shit's fucking awesome, and I work out, 7 days a week, and people are like, fuck off, get out of here. We don't need your advice.
Here's the thing with that is,
hey, I'm not surprised, by the way. I'm not like,
I know. They're private
I'm
Facebook
not
groups,
surprised.
and most of the people, they just had COVID, and now they say that they have no energy. Here's an example for you, and this drives me nuts. Somebody will post in there, 1 hour and 45 minutes, I'm completely exhausted. And then I'll respond and say, what is 1 hour and 45 minutes? And they say, oh, I walked a mile. And I'm like, it took you 1 hour and 45 minutes to walk a mile. Why are you walking a mile then? And I'm like, why don't you start out with something
Dude,
shorter?
anyone would be exhausted. The fittest person in the world would be exhausted if they took 1 hour and 45 minutes to walk a mile. That's a lot of fucking, and that person probably weighed 400 pounds. That's a lot of time on your fucking feet.
100%. And, I try to get these people to see, like, I don't really comment a lot in there. It's more or less so I can see what people are saying. And I don't want to dog on these people, but a lot of them come across to me with having a victim mentality just because they got COVID and now all of a sudden their life is over. And I'm like, you're doing too much. If it takes you that long to walk a mile, don't walk a mile. Go walk to the street and then back inside your house 20 times in an hour or something, or in half of your day. Anyhow, so I try not to be aggressive. I would like to help those people, but I'm not pushy and That's not my style. Even when I coach CrossFit, it's not my style to scream and yell at somebody to try to motivate them. And so it's just not my style. But anyways, with the TRT stuff, I mean, I tell everybody, like, I tell all these other dads around me, like, that I'm doing this and that it has helped me, and explain to them what different things it has helped with. And it piques their interest. But a lot of these guys also don't train like how us CrossFitters do. They're not used to it. And they don't train.
Look at this
And
comment. I met a guy like that at the airport recently. He had a stroke after the shot and was in coma for a month.
Damn.
It's crazy how many stories are like that. But you didn't have the shot. You got fucked up from it.
Well, I didn't, right? We talked about that last time. I wasn't vaccinated when I got sick.
Right.
And then later on, I ended up getting the jab, but I didn't get any boosters or anything, even though my pulmonologist was, I don't know how many times he brought it up in my appointment. And I just laughed and said, dude, I'm not doing it.
Hey, they now know conclusively, by the way, that the more shots you get, the more likely you are to get blood clots. It's in the Pfizer documentation.
I should make another appointment with him just to see if he brings it up. And
I posted it. The brain fog thing is interesting. So I mean, you don't have any signs of brain fog to me. I mean, I'm no fucking doctor or psychiatrist, but you look good. Are you training 5-6 days a week? 7 days a week?
At least 6.
Yeah. You sweat every day.
If I don't get to train.
How's your lung capacity? Could you do a 65-pound Fran in 10 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And guess what? If I was gonna do Fran with the barbell, I probably would do 65 pounds.
Yeah, I'd do 45.
Just for context too, for people like, I know I put on like some size or whatever, and I look good. But the lungs
you
are
look
still
great.
Somewhat of an issue. Thanks, man.
What are your lungs are?
What are they, dude? I don't know.
No. I'm asking you. You said, I said, what are still an issue?
Oh.
Your lungs?
Yeah, my lungs. Yeah. I just did.
Hey, dude, a 10-minute Fran with 65 pounds has got to put you in the 1 percentile of the world's population.
Now I'm gonna have to try it. I'll let you know what I do.
Yeah, I kind of want to try it too. I want to try it at the bar maybe today.
I'm curious. What have you done as far as try to rebuild the aerobic capacity? Have you targeted any of that stuff with
so I actually well, so here's the thing. I wanted to be smart about it, and I actually have I've had a Zoom call with Hinshaw, and
wow,
I'd spoken with him, and he's really fascinated by the idea that, well, what happens when I train is in a Metcon, my oxygen levels drop, and that's okay. But what I try to watch for is how fast they recover, and my lungs recover, and the oxygen comes back up. So, he found it odd that my pulmonologist would say that my lungs are at about 90%, and then my oxygen is dropping. And I said, well, it seems like it makes sense to me. And he said, it doesn't make sense to me because somebody can have 100% usage of one lung and then 40% usage of their other lung, and their oxygen doesn't drop. And he goes, your doctor is saying yours are at 90%, but your oxygen still drops. And he said, and he goes, and he's like, who knows? All this COVID stuff is, nobody really knows, just yet. And so he gave me stuff to work on. And then because I would like to build more capacity that way, as far as just overall endurance. Now, as you know, the weather here in California has not been the best.
Yeah, it's been hella raining.
I feel like it's been raining since December.
Yeah, for sure.
And
did Hinshaw say anything about you being on TR? Did Hinshaw say anything to you about being on TRT?
I had just started.
Oh, I'd be so curious what he thinks.
Or maybe I hadn't even started yet, because I spoke to him mid-December. It was a birthday gift. My mom got it for me. She said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I want this. You can do one-on-one Zoom calls with Chris Hinshaw."
That's cool.
Yeah, so Anyhow,
We should have him back on. I'd love to. We need to pick his brain. He's a great fucking guest.
dude, it was only supposed to be a 30-minute Zoom call. We talked for over an hour.
Yeah, he's a
Wad
good
Zombie
I
says
took tons of notes.
TRT brings your testosterone levels up to where they were when you were younger. They increase your boners, and they make muscle recovery better and increase muscle retention, more energy on less sleep.
Sign me up.
Is that accurate?
Susan, you got to be able to handle the blood work then.
Oh God, I knew you were gonna say that.
Any downside, Phillip?
Sometimes the injection might hurt a little bit if it's in an area where you've recently pinned, but
Do you think you're excited and motivated by it? Like when I got that 80-pound dumbbell, now I'm excited. Like I'm invigorated.
I'd be excited if I got new equipment too,
But
regardless.
is the testosterone, and I'm kind of like that if when I take creatine too, I mix it in a cup. I'm kind of excited. Like, do you feel an obligation to be a better you since you're on it?
No, it doesn't cross my mind that way, because I already have that mentality anyways of every day trying to. I want to be able to wake up feeling as best as possible so that I can take on my day, not just my workout, but the entire day. And so a lot of stuff plays into that, my diet, my sleep, whether or not I drink alcohol. I started fasting on Sundays too.
Oh, badass.
Actually, this Sunday is going to be my 4th weekend doing it. I've been talking a lot with Eric from the chat about it. He's just over in Lodi, and so him and
Eric Wise.
Yeah.
Oh, he's close.
Yeah, so we text each other, and like on Sundays, we're like texting. I'm like, actually, I'm doing pretty good, or whatever. And except for a couple weeks ago, my wife, she sent me to get her tacos on Sunday, and I was like, no way, I have to go in here and pick up this food, and it smelled so good.
But you did it.
Oh yeah, I did it. And then later on, I was like, oh, those tortilla chips look so good sitting there. And I love tortilla chips. Just, dude, keep those away. I'll eat the whole
And your
thing.
brain's like, my brain will be like, just eat. You can do it. You can do this tomorrow.
I almost did when those chips were staring me down, but I was like, I can do it. It's like almost bedtime too, right? And then what I found though, and I think Eric too, when I wake up on Monday, sometimes I'm waking up at like 3:45. And not because, for me anyways, not because I'm hungry. I just wake up and I'm like, I'm ready to go. And then I'm like, shit, like I can't even.
Yeah, I'm ready to go on Monday mornings too. It's crazy. I'm so ready.
I didn't used to be that dude. I used to drag ass on Mondays. And so
I'm not even hungry when I wake up. It's so weird.
No. I'm still like navigating through the fasting to see like, okay, like I texted him last week and I said, remind me again why we're doing this, and but for sure, like the wake, like having like not the energy, I guess, I don't know, but waking up on Monday and just like ready to go, I have been liking that.
I must did a whole show with no coffee.
Like just reset for the whole week in a sense, and it takes away a day of your week of the chance of eating like shit too.
Well, you sound fucking great. I'm glad it's working for you. Are you loving it? Would you say on a 1 to 10, are you loving it? Do you think that it's had benefits? Like, it was really interesting. We had Gary on, and Gary's like, "No, it's not doing nothing. It's not doing nothing." And then he got off it for 3 weeks. And when the last time I had him on, he's like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "That shit is really doing something." It's like, yeah, motherfucker, you're shooting fucking testosterone into your bloodstream.
I had a member, one of my old members. He reached out to me because I saw him at a gym I was helping for the Open, and he's like, "Can I talk to you?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." We're talking. I want to see if I can talk to you about like nutrition. And I said, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, I just like my energy's been super down, and because I got hurt, blah blah blah." Tells me he had been taking, or he didn't tell me. I don't think. I think I asked him. I said, "Have you ever looked into TRT?" And he said, "Oh no, I've been taking it." He goes, "But I stopped when I got hurt." And I'm like, "Why did you stop?" "I don't know. I fucked up." And I said, and you're wondering why your energy went way down?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, we can definitely talk about your nutrition, but obviously you stopped taking the testosterone.
And what was his reasoning?
he just stopped. Like there was no reason. There really was no reason. I said, you need to get back on that. I said, but I definitely am happy to talk to you about nutrition. And I said, he has my number. I said, call, text me whenever. Like, let's do it, dude.
Phillip Kelly, 3 months in. Are you okay with people contacting you if they have any questions or advices?
Yeah.
If they want any advices? All right. And you're on Instagram.
I am.
At Phillip M. Kelly. Well, thanks, dude. Always good seeing you.
Yeah.
You look great. I look forward to seeing you in person again.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and thanks for coming on, and thanks for the testimonial. Dude. Thanks for the transparency.
Yeah, oh yeah, always, man.
All right, brother. Ciao.
All right, peace out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Use the code Sevan at CA Hormones if you do it and you want to talk to me about it. I'm so curious about it. So if anyone who wants to talk to me about it after they get on the journey with California Hormones, please let me know, because I'd love to have you on. I'd love to talk to you. It's fascinating to me. Cameron, as a sex worker, I want the sexual benefits of staying hard for 4 hours on a stream. It's tough at 30. Cameron, have you seen this? I can't believe this is the third show in a row that I'm going to show this. Dude, you could do this. Have you seen this? My jump rope guy? Have you seen this, Cameron? Look at this guy's fucking schlong, or as they say, sorry, what am I supposed to call it if I'm straight? His hog. His hog. Look at this motherfucker's hog, dude. David Weed loves this part of the show.
Oh my goodness.
Cameron, you could do this. You should have an Instagram account like this. This guy's whole entire Instagram account is just his dick bouncing around in his shorts. It's crazy. Do I follow? Hold on. Do I follow him? Follow. Now I do.
Wow. Out of those 82,000, how many do you think are dudes following it?
It's all dudes, dude. It's all dudes. That guy's got to be. That guy's as queer. What is it? Queer as a $3 bill. Here we go again. You're so gay. You know what I was thinking? Cameron, did you get on testosterone? Did you do that? I heard the story of a guy. For any of you who are wondering if you're gay or not, this is kind of the I used to say the litmus test is who do you masturbate to, but I heard the story of this guy is like, hey, I think I'm gay. And their friend's like, why do you think you're gay? And he goes, because I love watching guys with giant penises have sex. And no, the fact that you like watching guys with giant penises have sex doesn't make you gay. The fact that you think that might make you gay is what makes you gay. The desire to watch giant penises at work or at play, whatever you call it, does not make you gay. The fact that you might think you're gay because you like watching giant penises,
that does it right there.
Well, then if you do or don't masturbate. If you don't masturbate, something's probably wrong with you, I'm guessing.
What if you don't masturbate?
But if you don't masturbate at all and you're healthy, if you were, you'd have to give yourself a hypothetical. Would the person, would your assistant be a female or male? Oh shit! I'm in the process. Got the blood work, and we're going to reevaluate after Dr. Melina put me on vitamins and kidney test. Via all good. Talking again next month. Okay, bitchin'. Oh, are you kidding me? I fucking love looking at dongs. Are you fucking kidding me? You're an asshole.
David, are you suppressing something?
I don't want to be gay.
David?
I think there's nothing wrong with fucking a hog. I'm a fucking giant hog. I especially like it if I can't see it and it's flopping around his pants. I can't help it. Sorry. But I don't think let me see. I think we understand Sevan's not gay. He's just down with some serious case of penis envy. Okay, I'll be gay instead. I'm gay.
Not that other one.
Okay. 494. Fantastic testimonial here. Woke to awake.
I just watched this before we got on.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? She turned the comments off. Does that mean she was getting tore up?
Isn't that comments right there?
But look, see comment. Yeah, but they're turned off. Comments on this
but
post have been
limited.
limited. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that mean she was getting tore up? Toe up from the flow up?
Maybe.
And,
Does she do that with all of her stuff she posts?
That's a good question. Really? It's UFC soon? Hey, let me tell you something. That's way gayer. My obsession with UFC is fucking way more signs that I want to fucking rub my chin on cock than looking at dick. Dude, that is the gayest sport ever.
Wow.
I mean, please.
Oh.
Football, the dudes are covered up wearing, I guess those dudes are kind of gay too. I mean, fucking every play starts with fucking, 15 dudes bent over.
Little ass slapping. Heidi at Hydrox?
Why? What is she saying? Oh, I think I spotted Claire doing high rocks here.
High rocks? I call it Hydrox.
No one cares. It's fine. Fanning UFC, not gay, dude. But I mean, if there is a gay, NFL fans are way gay. I think the NFL fans are maybe like more oppressed gay. The UFC fans are closer to getting out of the closet. CrossFit's way gay, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you kidding me? Gay being just like, it's just like the kind of gay that David Weed thinks is gay, where you just like it's just dudes looking at dudes' bodies and pretending like they give a fuck about their performance. All right, what a fantastic thruster. I love his rebound action deep into that hamstring and the way he pulls the bar down. What a fantastic way Fikowski has of doing the efficient wall ball when he fans his hands like this. It reminds me of jacking two guys off at the same time. Wait, did I say that? I'm sorry. I mean, it's just really an efficient movement. Shut the fuck up.
Saves his shoulders.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Heidi, good luck at High Rock City. Yeah, good luck, Heidi.
Erickson low die. Now that I know that he's close.
Yeah, you gotta push that shit down. Dudes looking at dudes' bodies in Globo Gym is insane. Yeah. Most of the time, you gotta just you just push it down.
Well,
you push it down the same way you should push it down looking at girls' bodies. You don't want to fucking creep people out.
That's all bodybuilding is. You just get big so that way other dudes like that you're that big. Like no chick is like, oh my gosh, he's the biggest dude in the gym.
Hey, this joke's not gonna go over well, but I only watch women's CrossFit. Yeah, dude, women CrossFitters are gay dudes' way of like slowly buying into being with dudes. Do you understand that? That's why we date CrossFit girls. It's a small sampling of what it would like to be gay. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I should do this bit. This is not going to be good.
I already have a feeling I know where you're going with it. I don't know about this.
Sometimes I look at some of these female athletes and I think, you know what? I want to dabble in homosexuality, and I'm going to start with her.
And it's halfway house.
I don't mean it as disrespect. Okay, fine. I'll chill. Okay, 494. Woke to awake. I like these kind of testimonials of the people just coming, like kind of like waking up. This chick's hot too.
This video I'm going to share.
She's Native American, I think. Look at her, right? She looks like a little Pocahontas.
Well, she got the feather in the ear. That's a dead giveaway for me.
Oh, shit. You're right. Okay.
Without that, I would have.
I probably saw that subliminally and didn't even know.
Yeah, it's in your subconscious. You're like, oh, she's got a Native American vibe. I wonder why. Oh, I think it's the headdress, sir.
Sevan, show us your titties. Okay, here we go.
One of the views that makes me problematic in some people's eyes. So for context, I am biracial and I grew up in a small Canadian town that was mostly white people. So I was called racist names growing up. I was beat up for how I looked, mostly by ignorant children. In my 20s, social justice...
Yo, you dumb hot bitch. Like, what did they call her? What the fuck did you call her?
Where's John Smith, Pocahontas?
Yeah. What? I mean, what the fuck did you call her? Oh shit, she's First Nation. Is that like some like? Should I be careful? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I like her though. I'm busting her balls, but I like her. No, her oily hair. Are you kidding me? Her hair is dope. Oh, I just saw she has cleavage showing too.
That's a very subtle amount, but yeah.
She has perfect nose, perfect eyes. Okay, go on. Perfect hair, well, oily hair.
This theory really appealed to me because I had real experiences of racism, and it just made a lot of sense. All of this was happening because of reasons outside my control. True. And it was basically the white male patriarchy that made the world like this. Doesn't make sense because I was also bullied by Black people, but that was the conclusion that my 20-year-old mind came to. The
Pause.
world is racist, and it was.
People don't say that a lot, but obviously, I mean, growing up in the Bay Area, for whatever it's worth, more or less, the most racist people here, in my opinion, from my experience, in the growing up in like Oakland, Berkeley, are the melanated people. I mean, they're winning that.
I think it's the liberals, like the white rich liberals. I'd say
they don't know it. I mean, openly, the blacks are honest about it. The fuck you looking at, white boy? But that's a good point. The liberals, but they don't know it. Yeah, probably. God, this is gonna really suck to stereotype this one. Probably the gay liberals in San Francisco, the most racist demographic.
Really, I think they're usually the most. Well, I guess the liberal. I was gonna say, I think they're usually the most like open.
Well, they're pretending to be open. That's my point. But maybe I'm open. I'm open. We'll have a debate. But I just find it fascinating that she says even the Black people were racist towards me. It's like, dude, it's like, yeah.
This whole thing.
Look
is
at
so
Jeremy.
funny.
Look at Jeremy. Easily, Black people are the most racist. Yeah, I mean, it's
I'm like embarrassed for us as like a generation of Homo sapien because of all the destruction and like oppression and like death and human on human violence that has come before us, only to get us to this point here. To just, it's so pathetic.
Here's the thing. The Black people are openly racist. Like, fuck you. We don't want white people coming to our college during this week. We're having Black Week. And the white people are just like, oh, of course we'll do that for you. We feel so sorry for you. You guys are so fucking dumb. You guys can't even vote by yourselves. It's like the whole thing is vomitous.
Dude, we live in a time where people argue who's a guy and who's a girl.
Am I going to live long enough to see like this is like that society like saw like, hey, yeah, like it's not okay to be a pedophile and it's not okay to like be a fake race, like a virtue signal. Am I going to live long enough? I'm 50 now. Will this all fix itself in 20 years or no?
Fuck yeah. Think
Okay,
about
good.
what's happened in 20 years. Like, think of how much has changed. So if you go back to 2003, like this isn't an option. Free media like this and distribution isn't even an option.
The libs are insidiously racist. I know. Trust me, I know. I used to be one. It's crazy, but we don't know it. I didn't know it. I thought I was being a 51. Fuck, forgot. I thought I was being cool. I thought that's the thing. They don't know, but she explains it here. Sorry. Okay, keep going. She explains how you.
It was all happening outside of my control. And if it was all happening outside my control, then in order to fix it, I just needed to change the world by becoming a social justice warrior. I was not happy at all. My relationships also sucked because I was projecting all my hatred towards men on the men that I was dating. And it was only when I started to take full self-responsibility for my life, for the situation I was born into, and for the healing I needed to do, that my life started to drastically change. And so I did a lot of therapy. I did a lot of group therapy, group work, I like all sorts of more modalities. I've tried a lot of them. And it was basically bringing me to a lot of deeper realizations that was driving my projection towards the outer. On this video, I'm going to share.
Okay. So the takeaway there is like, hey, if you're looking for happiness, the social justice warrior way isn't the way. That basically you're not going to find inner peace because you're just going to be blaming other people for shit that's your own fucking narrative. And so if you want to change your story, first you have to realize it's not the fucking outside world that's fucking with you. It's your story about the outside world, right? That's what she's saying?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it in terms of like, have you ever gone somewhere and you have like a couple that's bringing maybe some young kids And the first thing they do whenever they get into the building or circumstances, they try to immediately change the environment as much as they can. So that way they're just hoping their kids behave a certain way.
Yeah,
So
give me like an example. I totally know what you mean. Give me an example.
yeah, so
like
maybe
what?
there's like food that's out on a table, or maybe
Yes,
there's like some stuff that that's shiny that they're gonna kind of like go towards. And instead of just having your child behave in the reality that is, they
yes,
come in and they go, "Hey, is it
yes,
okay? I'm just gonna move this real quick over
yes,
here so it's out of reach. I'm
yes,
gonna take all this stuff
yes.
away so they don't break it." And you're like,
Right.
"Well, why can't your
Yes.
kid just fucking behave?" And
Right.
so I
Right.
feel like
Right.
those are planting the seeds of like, "Hey, you don't need to conform and adjust to kind of what's happening to the outside world. Like the whole outside world will change to accommodate you."
Yes.
And I feel like those are like the seeds that are being planted subconsciously.
And that's why they're
in the-
miserable, because they're always arguing with reality.
yeah, instead of just learning, like I got really deep into stoicism like a couple of years back and like was reading it a lot and studying a lot. And that for me really resonated because it's all just about understanding that you don't control all these things outside of your control. And so why bother spending a ton of energy on those things when you could take that energy and spend it on things like improving yourself or changing things about yourself that will actually make an impact for you as opposed to just arguing with reality.
Right.
Because so many people argue with reality all the time. I mean, I do it, so it's not about like I don't do it anymore. It's the fact that I feel like I could just catch myself doing it a little bit faster than the next guy, right?
Right.
And so that's what it's about, just catching yourself going into that subconscious realm of thought sooner, so that way you could back yourself out of it and then really think with some clarity.
Even things like I can remember being a young man, like, in my teens, and you're at a crosswalk and you start to walk into the street and a car rushes through and you get upset. And it's like, then I reach a certain age and I'm like, hey, like, what am I doing? Like, who cares? Like, just I mean, I'm not opposed to someone yelling asshole at them, but don't let it sweep you away. It doesn't matter. Like, have fun with it all. Have fun. You're at the counter at Starbucks and someone takes your coffee and leaves. Like, don't even get upset at all. Laugh out about it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Know that person like got your drink. Just roll. All the little things. Just start rolling with them.
Yeah. And it's a good
You get fired from
example.
your $1 million a year job. Whatever. Start a podcast. It's cool.
Well, the thing is you have to, as an affiliate owner, you really have to, in my opinion, kind of embody that because it's such a personal business. Like you spend all day with your clients essentially, or your members, right? So when stuff happens or when they decide to leave the gym or whatever, they find a new gym that maybe suits them better. Like it's tough not to take that personally. Because the first thing you do is go, what the fuck? I did all this for Sevan. I spent after the class and showed him his ring muscle ups. And I was the one that walked him through the Rogue website to buy his perfect jump rope. And I cut it and I sized it. And you were going to intern here. And now you're at the gym up the street. And you're telling me like, oh, I'm so happy. I found my new gym. This is really my home. And I'm over here like, what the fuck? So like,
Is this a true story?
bro, I got 10 years of these stories. How about true story? And now they're hitting up your fucking coaches and saying you should come here. It's so much better and blah, 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 blah. Right. And so if you don't have the ability to, first off, it's going to affect you. So if I sit here and say it doesn't affect me, like bullshit, it's going to affect you. But the thing is how you respond to that is the most important, because you can let it affect you, talk to somebody close, bitch about it with other people, like, your wife or somebody that are outside of it, to where it's not going to get back to the person or back inside the gym, if that helps you out, or maybe write some stuff out about it. But don't respond to it, because then you perpetuate it. So now it's isolated. It could stop with you. It can stop with me. I could see it, or I could see the comments and I cannot react to it. Or I could choose to respond to it negatively or outburst or try to do something bad back. And now I've like exacerbated this issue that I could have controlled and had stopped with me had I just not reacted to it.
Did you ever date a girl who she was dating another guy, and then there were like sparks between you two, and then you kind of took her from the other guy, or I don't know if she left the other guy and came to you?
No, I've never had that happen to me, but that's what Grace basically did.
She left the guy and came to you.
No, at the time I had a girlfriend, and we started really getting like, connected, and I really started to like her. And then so girlfriend kind of got left, and then Grace and I started to pursue a relationship.
But Grace wasn't with another guy.
No.
I knew this guy who had this girlfriend. I knew her, but I met him through her. She was my friend first. And then over the years, mine and her friendship got tighter and tighter and tighter. And then I ended up being her boyfriend. And she was so fucking wonderful that I almost felt like I could feel his devastation. It was crazy. To this day, it's crazy.
Yeah, but
I ended up marrying her. It was Haley.
Yeah.
She had another boyfriend, and
Yeah.
I ended up getting her. And I was like, oh my God. Within the first month, I was like, this dude's fucked. He's never gonna find this again.
He's never gonna financially recover from this situation.
He's fucked.
Well, the funny thing was,
This guy went on to get like a PhD or some shit, and like ended up being like a smarty pants, and I ended up just becoming more homeless.
maybe that propelled him. You know what I mean? So
But I was like, I knew on so many levels, I knew this guy fucked up. Like, oh my God. I think he smoked too much weed and fumbled the ball.
easily doable.
Yeah.
You're kind of floating around, you know,
Yeah.
like you're not really intentionally.
Yeah.
When Grace and I were hanging out, one of the coaches that worked for me, actually the one that just recently moved to Santa Rosa, comes up to me and he's like, sorry, I just saw a text. He comes up to me and goes, "Hey, yeah, Grace is moving to Colorado." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I ran into her at Las Positas and we were chatting for a moment. And she's like, yeah, I'm taking off. I'm moving to Colorado." And I remember how much that affected me. I was like, wait, what? She can't move to Colorado. Why would she do that? Like, what's happening? Blah, blah, blah. And so that's when I kind of realized that I had like stronger feelings for her. Right. And it was pretty funny because then when Grace came in, we're like, yeah, you ran into Dylan and, you know, he told you that you were talking to Colorado. And she's like, I didn't fucking run into Dylan. And we're like, yeah, Las Positas. She's like, I've never been on Las Positas campus, which is like the local community college here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're like, what? And then I turned to Dylan. I'm like, who the fuck did you talk to? And he's like, I don't know then. I don't know. He's like, we had a full conversation. And he was like explaining in detail, like the conversation and blah, blah, blah. And Grace like, she was like, yeah, that wasn't me, dude. And he was like, nobody was more like flabbergasted on the situation than Dylan.
And you
like,
guys
"Who
are
the
all
fuck
three
did
standing
I
in the
talk
same
to?"
place and he's tripping. He's looking right at her.
Yeah. Like he fully thought he had a conversation with her. And Grace's like, yeah, no, I wasn't there, dude. I don't know who you had. So then it was just the running joke is like, who was it that you had the conversation with that never told you like, hey, you don't know me, but told him that she was moving to Colorado?
I would so do that with someone.
So
if they
funny,
mistook me for
right?
someone, I would
Just
totally
kept it
pretend.
rolling?
Yeah, totally.
Just not even skip a beat.
100%.
So yeah, little tangent there on that, but
I think I should have that girl on. I think it's good for people to hear stories for people who go from woke to awoken
Yeah.
to awake. I think
You
it's
see
important.
you see our boy Xavier?
Yeah, he was on Fox.
Oh, he's and then Tim Poole brought us a whole article up on his show and like reacted to it and was talking to him about it and
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
That's
blowing up.
awesome.
I told him a couple years back when I first started to see his stuff, and I kind of like sent you his Instagram and stuff like that, and we'd have conversations in the gym a lot. And I always told him, I was like, dude, you got to remember who your first and biggest fan was, because I could already tell that you're destined for greatness.
Xavier. What was his last name? Monterusso?
Del Russo.
Getting this morning's chores done so I can go play outside like three playing brothers. Oh, you want to see something fucking weird? One, you guys have to understand, I don't know you guys. Like I don't know my audience. You guys like shit, and I'm like I'll do podcasts that you guys like, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Or you guys get excited about stuff that I cannot fucking understand why you guys are excited. I don't know you guys. It's so you guys. I'm constantly shocked by you guys. Excuse me. And it's shit like this. Will you pull up my Instagram? How the fuck does this post have 50 fucking comments? It's a fucking little kid doing a fucking pistol.
Well, I could explain that, no problem.
And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is me just sitting back trying to have a cup of fucking coffee. These fucking guys are driving me crazy because they won't stay still.
Look at that guy in the background.
So I'm just like, fine, I'll just pull out my camera and film them. I gotta chill before I fucking snap on someone.
I like how mad he got at Haley there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
Like, get
yeah.
away from me!" And I for sure would have done the same thing Haley did.
Oh, I love it. If she wouldn't have done it, I've been like, yo, are you his fucking mom or what?
Yeah, I would. I
Like, listen, only one of us can be a jackass and let our kids do this.
Stop, I have to start over.
He's like, now I gotta start over.
Yeah.
The rep didn't count.
How the fuck does this have so many comments? I'm like, this is garbage. That's my dad, by the way.
Yeah, he wasn't like that. Look how freaking cool your kids look.
Just fucking goofballs.
You know? Yeah, we got the hat.
Oh,
Crazy.
Phillip, if you lived in if you were in a red state or in a red state, people wouldn't give a fuck about this.
Like, look at his hat and stuff.
It's just pistols. They're kids. They're like Gumby. They do this shit all day.
Oh my god.
Just a pistol bouncing on an inch of steel. Come on, that shit's awesome. You know what the really scary part is to the left of them, there's a bike parked, and to the right, there's that wooden shelf. And so that part is like just so tense.
Oh yeah, you could see the bike over there.
Yeah, I'm so yeah, Slack a block ad. Yeah, probably. They spend a lot of time on the Slack block. But it's just so I got yelled at by mall security for letting my son doing flips off a wall. He's gonna get hurt. Yeah, I took my boys. We didn't go inside, but Universal Studios in Los Angeles, outside, they have a place where people who don't want to pay to go in can hang out and eat cookies and shit. And we were over there. It's like a strip mall, and my kids were jumping off of these concrete structures, and we got yelled at. No, actually, this spot, there's no homeless people in this one spot. It's kind of a trip. I don't know why. Sevan's already jealous of his 3 boys, maybe.
Wait, who's that?
It's a good line from you aren't allowed to say pistol in California. Sorry, one-legged squat.
Oh, interesting. Who's Kristen Manderl?
In text or in
No, she commented on your thing and she had a blue check mark, and so I clicked it. She has 135,000 followers.
Oh, invite her on. Anyone with the blue check. Oh, did you see you can buy blue check marks on Instagram now?
Oh hell yeah, we're back in, baby.
You have to get on some sort of waiting list.
Oh, of course, some sort of exclusivity still.
Fuck you. I ain't paying for none of that shit. Okay, 493. Because discrimination is okay and men and women are different. Oh, this should be fun. Oh, it's not even 8:30 yet.
You going to tennis today?
The sign looks gorgeous. I know, it's crazy, right? You don't even
Yeah.
know how proud I am. I'm so fucking thankful of you guys. I'm so thankful. I texted Athena last night. And I was like, oh, so this is, listen to this. Due to the 2022 brawl between Atletico Paranaense and Curitiba fans, men were banned. Listen, 2 fucked up countries, I can't pronounce their name, were playing soccer against each other. And because the fans were crazy, the men were banned from the championship match. And only women and children were allowed in the stands. Do you know why? Do you know why? The same reason men shouldn't be allowed in women's bathrooms. It's the exact same reason. I'm perfectly okay with this. I'm perfectly okay with this. Listen to these fucking kids and these ladies. This shit is dope.
Here we go.
Here we go. Men were banned. They were discriminated against. And it's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's fine.
Have you ever been to a soccer game like that? Like in a
Yeah. One time in the UK, I went to like whatever the Manchester United or some shit.
Yeah, Grace and I went to one in Rome. It was her idea. She played soccer all through like high school and stuff, and she's like, yeah, we should go to a soccer match while we were out here. And I was kind of like, and then it happened to line up on one of the days that we were out there. And it was such a great experience. Like, I was so glad that she was like, let's do this and
I thought it was a
make
little
it
scary.
happen. It was. Well, to this point,
Not like a Raider game scary.
I feel at home at the Raider games though, because I went to them so much.
Shit.
You walk through that tailgating thing of the Oakland parking lot, and it's just a thick cloud of weed, and freaking everybody's drunk, and everybody's on edge of fighting each other. You don't know if you're gonna be like best friends with the tailgate next to you, if you guys are gonna brawl. Like, it could go either way, and there's gonna be no in between.
Don't be involved in those brawls. You get your fucking.
But the soccer game was so intense that they had the home team in this small little section, and they had plexiglass that separated out the visiting section. And then they kept a whole section free in between the plexiglass and where everybody that was visiting sat. And then they lined every single aisleway up with a security person at the game. And it was just a Thursday night game, like just a normal game. And these guys were lighting fireworks off in the stadium. There were small little fires going.
Crazy.
Like, the coordination in the like songs that they sang, or when they would introduce a player out, how everybody would like simultaneously like chant their last name. Like, it was nuts. Like, you just felt this bond that was there with the team that was just, it was incredible.
How much were the tickets?
I think they were like in euros. It was like maybe 100 euros each, or $85.
Oh shit!
85 euros each.
Yeah, fucking all.
No,
that
it definitely
so
wasn't
expensive.
cheap. But we got like good seats and sat kind of in the middle of the field and down a little bit. And we had to get them off of like a third party thing because it was close to the time.
I saw the most heinous things as a kid at Major League Baseball games 40 years ago. Like what? What could be heinous at a baseball?
The most heinous?
Now it's like going to church. Oh, you mean like fights, like people getting their teeth kicked in and shit? Sevan's sick from all the vaccine shedding. No, my kids are so snotty. My kids are so. I got something from them, but it's like I don't do. I'm not going to talk about sickness again, but I don't do sick. 492. I like the tier guys. I spoke to those tier guys over there, but they're fucking up. So I got to ass pound them a little bit. This is the entire new tier campaign that I've seen. I think I saw Daniel Brandon doing a little bit of it. I think I saw for sure Danny Spiegel doing it.
Wait, Daniel Brandon's not sponsored by tier.
Oh, she's not.
No,
she
like
did
rad.
it with. Maybe she did it with the toe spacer.
Okay.
It's like. Listen to this guy. This explains it. How brainwashing works. Here it is.
Group of women, and they put scars on their faces, and they told these women that they're going into a job interview. They showed them the scars in the mirror. The women saw themselves with these scars, and as they led them out of the room, they said, we're just going to touch it up a little bit. And as they touched it up, they removed the scarring completely. So the women went into the job interview thinking that they are scarred, but actually being their normal selves. And the result of the experiment is that those women then came back reporting massively increased level of discrimination. Indeed, many of them came back with comments that the interviewer had made that they felt were referencing their facial disfigurement. This is why I think this ideology of victimhood is so dangerous. Did an experiment with a group of women.
You see this? Do you see exactly what he said? They took some women, they drew a fake scar on their face, and then they're like, hey, you're going to go in and do a job interview with this fake scar. Tell us how you feel, how the people treat you. Then right before they go into the job interview, they erase the scar. And they go in the job interview, and these women are like, hey, when they came out and they're like, yeah, this person was specifically talking about my scar. It's like when you cross the street and there's someone coming at you and they say they crossed the street because of the color of my skin. Blackface, like, oh, but 50 years ago, blackface was blah, 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 blah. It's just making shit up. If you think blackface is bad, you want to know if you're brainwashed or not? If you think blackface is bad, you've been brainwashed. Brainwash means is that you're telling yourself a narrative that was put into you that you now make sure everyone else believes so that you can hold your reality to fucking together, even though it's complete nonsense. And it's not based in reality at all. There's nothing about blackface that's even remotely offensive, except for people who are looking for it to be offensive. Nothing. I beg of everyone next Halloween to dress up as your fucking favorite rapper. Do it. Fuck it. I'm giving you permission.
awesome. I'm gonna be too short.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Well,
If you, I would like to be too short too. If you'll be too short, I'll be the other guy.
E40.
E40, yeah. Not as good as you, but just a homie.
Yeah, but E40 made it mainstream. So you got like a tequila brand now, and like
He did? Really? He does?
oh yeah, E40's got a bunch of cool stuff out here. Food trucks, tequila brand. He also has his hands in like a couple of other things that I forget the names of.
Keep telling yourself, girls out there, that there's a certain way we're supposed to be. Dude, there's a certain way everyone's supposed to be. You're not fucking special. Everyone's feeling it. Your favorite rapper's Eminem? Well, that's going to be easy then. My favorite crapper is in a van. That's fair.
How? That was pretty funny.
It's called Pale Face. In the hood, they call it Pale Face. I go as Pale Face.
Yeah, just don't rub your sunscreen in.
Pale Face Warrior. It's just fucking nuts.
Hey,
everyone is feeling oppressed. That's what being born is like. Your goal is to set yourself free. And if setting yourself free means oppressing other people, you're a fucking asshole.
Dude, the repeat messaging pierces the subconscious, and then after that, you don't have to do anything because the subconscious will just do its work. And I was looking back behind me to see if I could find the exact reference, but I think the book was called Think Fast and Slow. But they actually did experiments experiments, whatever you want to do, call it, where they had people like walk down a hall slower, and the person about to take this test would like watch the security camera of the speed in which the person walked down the hall. And then they would bring in this individual and say, you know, this and this and this is what this person's experiencing. And then when they would separate the two of them, the person who observed the person walking down the hall slowly would like take the test. Yeah. They would move slower than if they did that same exact experiment, but had somebody move down the hall much faster. Uh-huh. So just by watching the person that was walking slower and moving a little more feeble, it like affected the way that they had taken the test, even though they didn't know the two were like correlated. And so it was one of those things where they told the person who was taking the test it was all this, but that was actually a lie. It was just to see how they reacted to subliminal messaging that happened before and how that carried over. And so they knew that they could prime the subconscious to certain degrees, and then that would come out in the behavior of the other person.
I would be very curious what this means. I've never heard it talked like thinking fast and slow is the primary resource for every self-help book that gets published these days. What do you mean? Explain that to me.
He's right. I agree with Zach too, because there's multiple other books that just take the material that was in that book and then reference it and give their interpretation on it.
Oh, that's the name of a book? Think Fast and Slow?
Yeah. I think it's like Daniel Pinkerman or something like that.
Oh. I thought that was a concept he was.
No.
Okay. So I should read that? Oh, I should read that book?
I don't know. It's a good one. It's dense though. So if you listen to it, it'll be like a 15-hour, 16-hour.
I got time.
But yeah, it's one of those books where just a lot of the studies, they all reference that book. Yes. Yeah. That's what I was saying too.
They all reference Thinking Fast. So the author of that book is an actual researcher.
Yes. Yeah. And the rest of them are just basically pulling things from that, kind of like how I just did in this. But it's a good book, and it just kind of shows like, and Tony Robbins is big on that. The subconscious, priming, you get in your cold water thing and you do your power stance because it, does all these things to your subconscious, which affects the way you act.
My subconscious. If there are certain benefits to being in the Sevanista private chat, unfortunately I don't have access to that chat. I don't have time for that chat. But someone just sent me some exclusive content from that chat. It has leaked. Some exclusive content has leaked.
Oh no.
I know, it's crazy.
What leaked?
It's crazy. Some exclusive content has just leaked from this private chat, and someone said, "Hey, this is the kind of stuff that you get access to if you get invited into the Illuminati."
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I'm just gonna pop. Okay,
here it is. Someone just sent me this. They're like, "Hey, dude, this is the kind of shit that's in the private. It's private. I know it's private, but fuck, if it leaks, I'm showing it." Fitly, it's private. This is fucking crazy. David, now would be a good time for you to take a piss or something, dude, or go like look through an old Playboy. Hey, is that guy on? Or do those veins mean he's on TRT? Where's Hiller when you need him?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a Hiller question. I'm just gonna say yes because he's got that skin color and glow to him. So more so than the veins, it looks like that to me. You know.
That's PK on TRT. I have. Just so you guys know, I haven't watched this yet. This just came in because I have spies. I have people. I have people that have people, and they're like, "Hey, dude, this is the kind of fucking crazy." I'm gonna go uncircumcised.
Really? You could see the vein through the short right there
on his penis.
Yeah, like
I do not see the vein on his penis, but that would be fucking. Oh shit! You're saying that is a vein penis? That would be crazy. I'm obsessed with this dude's account. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's listen. I think this is like a meme or something, or like a Okay, here we go.
Yes, I lost my mind.
Jesus. Like he doesn't want anyone to know he's watching that? Is that the
Yeah.
What is going on, man? What is that over there?
I've never seen a vein penis through clothing. Yeah, anyway, if you can, boom, now you're gay. Yeah, if you can get those, so those are the types of things, exclusive content, legs like dicks. Yeah.
And here I was just gonna reference the book that we talked about because I said it was Daniel Pinkerman and I was way the fuck off. But
that's not good. You got the first name right. Daniel Kahneman.
Yeah.
He's a stripper. Oh, like in real life. Oh yeah, and that was Taylor's brother looking at him. That's fair.
We got it all figured out, guys.
Hey, was this dude Casson in the birthday video?
I don't think so.
Oh, he looks like a guy that was in there.
It looks like that's some sort of like picture taken out at some sort of event at his church.
Anyway, okay, so that's what we're missing out. If you were feeling bad that you're not invited to that group, you should feel even worse.
Apparently, Audrey's steadily naked in the chat.
That's awesome.
Some good stuff here. Watch that chat like have a subscription like model, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, we're pulling in 150K a month." Like, damn it, guys.
You're doubling the revenue of the Sevan Podcast in the Sevan Podcast private chat.
It's the byproduct.
God, we need some boobs or something. We're way out of bounds. We've gone cock heavy. What's 480 women? I hope this is like naked women or something.
It's probably not.
I want to convince David that I'm straight. I want to overcompensate.
It's gonna take a bit. David is not gonna be convinced.
Oh, this has nothing to do with women. Okay, fine. Let's watch this anyway. Here we go.
Right, here we go.
When I see black women that's willing to stand up for common sense.
I don't have a problem with the trans community, but this shit is ridiculous. If you say as a trans woman, you want to be called her, she, whatever you decide, even though you are a trans woman, if you want to be called her, she, fine. I'm going to respect that, and I'm gonna do that. So me as a woman, if I say don't call me a cis woman, I'm just a woman. You should respect that. I'm not no birthing person. I'm not a eater. I'm not a bleeder. I'm a woman. That's what the you're going to refer to me as. And you cannot ask for respect while disrespecting women. And that's what the fuck we get for trying to be allies and shit. Look, now they just trying to wipe us out. Now look at us. We're looking stupid. Dumb shit.
Oh my God. Who is this woman? Please, I want to interview you.
Officer Tatum tearing it up. Hey, all I saw was that girl's eyelashes. I didn't hear a word she said. Why would you do that to your eyelashes? Call her hi. It's like one of those fancy fish tails.
Dude, I didn't even see it. I gotta go. I'm gonna play this so I can see it.
Call her hi.
Hey, just want to call in and ask, just with March Madness going on, I was wondering, I've noticed Bosman's catching a lot of heat, and And I was thinking, everyone watches March Madness. It's exciting. It's fun. You never know what's going to happen. Like, I feel like one thing Bosman has brought is this new layer of excitement to the games and in not knowing. And I'm just curious if you guys overall, what your stances are as far as the job that he's doing so far. Because
I agree 100% with you. There is an excitement that he has brought by us not knowing what's going to happen. And I agree 100%. It's like,
well, boom,
if the Sevan podcast, if the Sevan podcast, what it's done for the CrossFit community is a 15 out of 10. What Boz has done is a 10 out of 10. But don't worry, the fucking morons over in the games department will fuck it up and bring us back down to earth by fucking it up and not being able to properly put on the platter, the silver platter of Boz's vision. But you bring up a really good point that I haven't heard anyone bring. You're absolutely right. We care more about what the workouts are now more than ever, and I would give that 100% to fucking Adrian. And we care more than ever. We care more than ever what they're going to post on their Instagram because we're just waiting for another typo or some shit. I mean, how the fuck did they have an event where they had the wrong weights on there? That is fucking insane, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. This is fucking nuts. You're right. It's the most interesting CrossFit Games and Open ever because of this fucking collision of creativity and morinity. That's a moron, but I just called it morinity. You like that word?
It's a good word.
Yeah, wow. You nailed it. Good job.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've just noticed I've been tuning in more, and I think a lot of people are listening to your podcast. And it's pretty easy to kind of track metrics there. I was also curious, kind of as a follow up question, how do the games, like, what are their benchmarks for whether or not it's successful and they're growing? Is it just by like viewership online, or like how many attendees they get, the sponsorship money?
At the end of the day, it's sponsorship money. That fucking thing is so expensive. People have no idea. It is a monsters because we're a really small community and we present like a legitimate fucking juggernaut with the cameras and all that, but we're really small. And Greg let that thing, we were a fucking media company and not a fitness company. We were a media company pushing Greg Glassman's lifestyle methodology. And now it's not. And so they have to have massive sponsorship. It would be so easy for someone to take over the CrossFit space if they wanted to. Like if some billionaire wanted to do it, he could just steal CrossFit overnight. The games, at least. Maybe not the affiliates or the community. That can never be built. But the games can be stolen. I mean, if you have $30 million to burn every year, you could just steal the games. You could just make a bunch of athletes sign, like Nike could do it. Just have all those dudes sign exclusives. They won't participate anywhere else. You could steal the whole fucking thing for 30 or 40 million. You throw the big and just completely make the CrossFit Games irrelevant in terms of crowning the fittest. You could just make the fittest people not compete there. I mean, I know that was more than what you asked, but you got me all excited because what you said. Bosman really has invigorated this thing. He's capable of fucking programming anything.
That, and then he's done an excellent job there in my opinion. And then Monster, even Noble, even though I don't like them. But
dude, a vape pen should sponsor that shit. A vape pen should sponsor the fucking games. I would fucking love
the Jewel.
Yeah, the Jewel. Hey, they got the money to take it. Those dudes the Jewel has the money to take the fucking CrossFit Games. It's just a rounding error to them, that money.
Well, it is crazy though, because for the World Cup, all you need is 4 posts and a ball. And the CrossFit Games, there's so many moving pieces and pieces of implements, equipment. I mean, it's just pretty wild when you think about the magnitude of it. I mean, Dave did an amazing job. Boz is carrying the torch. So yeah, I don't know. I was just curious what y'all's take were there.
You take Dave. You grab Dave and Rich Froning. And then have them be the faces of this new fucking venture, and then just start fucking to throw a once-a-year competition, and you could just, but it's going to be a lot of money, and it's going to be a money pit. I mean, you're going to lose tons of money. I mean, I'm telling you that's the most important thing to CrossFit Games. 100% sponsorship, whether they say it or not or admit it or not. Like they have to fucking that thing is just a fucking money pit. And they do an amazing job. I mean, it presents. So I think they fucking do an amazing job for all the criticism we give. It's fucking, it's wild. And getting all those beautiful bodies in one place on a sunny day. They've chosen the perfect city. Madison's dope. If you've never been to the games, you should. So everyone should go. It's fun. I've said it a million times. If you're a young man or woman between the ages of 18 and 25, you need a fucking van and a tent and do party in the camping area. You'll meet someone fucking hot, who's smart, who gives a shit, who wants to touch your naked body. I mean, it's
I
fucking
already
cool.
got one of those, but yeah.
and they're probably like some fucking wingnut Christian with great values, right? It's like they probably
probably.
it'll be some dude who won't fuck you on the first date. I mean, it's a good place.
Yeah, I got to go one of these years. You guys really got me interested in the game. I've never
cool.
been part of a box or anything, but I've thought about joining the gym. So yeah. No,
How did you come up with that? Why did you think that? Why did you come up with that about Adrian? Well, we're sitting here fucking being an asshole to him and criticizing him. You're like, hey, dude, we're all like waiting now to see what kind of shit he's gonna do. Like is he gonna put juggling in there?
If you've never seen it, this would be a good clip to pull up. Is combative. It's like the UFC of juggling. You're basically juggling and trying to take out other guys as you do it. It's wild.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's real. Yeah, you should check it out.
Juggling,
yeah, no,
like, what do you do? You're like juggling and trying to kick a dude?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like you try and mess up their juggle as you're juggling. So it's pretty interesting, but it gets pretty intense.
Wow.
Yeah.
2014. This shit's been around forever. These guys are the OG. Oh shit. Oh, and there's some rule you always got to have like one in the air or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. I've only seen a few clips online. I like finding esoteric sports. Like there's another one where it's volleyball, but just with your feet, and they play it a lot in Thailand.
Esoteric sports. How old are you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
27.
You went to a Christian college, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
Esoteric. I'm 51 and everyone around me uses that word. I still have no fucking idea what that word means.
You just gotta watch the Tim Ferriss podcast and Google stuff.
Fuck that guy.
It'll all click together.
Fucking, he's a control freak. Hey, you use that other word too. What's the other word? Esoteric. And what's the one like the shit like in the atmosphere? Fermial. What's that? You know which word do you like that word? Intended for a likely or to be understood only by a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest.
So CrossFit would be an esoteric sport, huh?
Exactly.
Is that really what esoteric means? It's just like I had no idea. Yeah, thank you, Zach. My God. What is this word? Pronounce that word for me, Souza.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Ephemeral? I don't know.
Fermial? God, my mom is gonna fucking kill me.
Lasting for a very short time.
Caller, you know this word? EPHEMERAL. You love that word too. Push the button. Let's hear the robot say it.
Ephemeral.
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 God damn it.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral. You love that word. Caller,
that's a great word. I'm gonna start using it, but no, I've never used it.
Lasting for a short time.
Ephemeral.
This esoteric knowledge will not last forever. It's ephemeral. What? Say it again. What's the word?
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral. It's ephemeral.
It's ephemeral.
Ephemeral. All right. Word of the day.
There
you need to call. You need to call in more. You got me really pumped up.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I'm on a high note, but appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Right. And God bless Adrian Bosman. You're right, and he's a wonderful dude. I do. He's bringing it.
Yeah. Keep up your indefatigable belief.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Good stuff. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Do we even have the phone? Have we even had the phone number up?
Nope. But I got him back. You see that? I dropped the word too.
Yeah. What word? Emphatic.
Indefatigable.
Indefatigable. What's that mean?
Like
undeniable.
Like pursuing relentlessly and tirelessly. Indefatigable. Pursuit.
Sevan was so excited by Haley last night. He was ephemeral. What is it?
Just put it here.
Ephemeral.
I'm
gonna have ephemeral. Ephemeral. What's wrong with my brain?
Sound it out.
I just do this, by the way. I can't believe I'm going to share this with you. Haley's going to hate this. So this is how my life works. It's 10:30 and Haley's in the living room folding clothes.
PM or AM?
PM.
Okay.
Kids are asleep. And she's got the TV on and I'm fucking around on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, hey, I'm going to go climb into bed. Come in before you go to sleep. Come sleep with me. Come lay down with me. And that's it. That's how it works. I don't know why.
That's for Lovins or what?
That's 20 years of, that's just how it's been for 20. Like anytime during the day, like just like it's 9:30, like whatever she's doing. I'm going to lay down. Come here. Yeah. It's complicated. It's not complicated. There's no, at most it's like, okay, hold on. Hold on a minute.
Okay, let me shower real quick.
Yeah. Or hey, I haven't showered in 3 days. Yeah, no problem. I don't care.
That's all right.
Yeah, like why are you telling me? Like I care.
What's that got to do with this?
Yeah. That's it. It's just come here. Hey, you. Me? Yeah, come here. I don't understand how it's been like that with all 6,000 of my mates. I don't understand how anything's complicated. Okay. 490 James O'Keefe. Back in the game. Just back in the game. My husband says the same thing. I say, okay, every time. Yeah, Jake, come here. What are you doing right now? Can you come here a second? Yeah, it's just like come over here, please.
We play this bad boy.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him.
The Acorn story is that it took a 25-year-old with a hidden camera a few days to do what billion-dollar networks and journalists could not do in a decade. I spent 14 years creating the most effective nonprofit newsroom this country has ever seen. And in paving the way to establish citizen journalism, I have been defamed, arrested, raped.
So basically, he's making fun of the fact because they were saying he took one of the reasons why they fired him from Project Veritas because he took a sandwich from a pregnant lady, and so he's making a joke there, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
That he took a sandwich from somebody.
That's awesome.
Rated ultimate member today.
I'm so fucking happy for him. Yeah, he's an American hero. He is a fucking American hero. Yeah, I agree. I want to give this guy all my money. I know. It's fucking it's unreal what a special human being he is. The effort he's put in. Like that's the thing. Like I don't give a fuck if he bought fucking 3 Ferraris with the Project Veritas money. I don't. He should have bought 4. I don't fucking care. I don't care if he took a sandwich. Get the fuck out of his way. He has fucking shit to do. He's not one of us.
Sandwich.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at the whole took a pregnant lady's sandwich because there's so much unknown to that. Does that mean he wandered into the break room and just grabbed a sandwich, or was she sitting down and was like, "Oh, I'm so hungry," and he just comes over and snatches his out of her hands?
She was like, supposedly, and supposedly he was spending too much money on DJ equipment. Like, dude, are you fucking nuts? He's fucking Superman.
It's so funny.
Like, who cares? Leave him the fuck alone. He's not one of us. He's different. I know. I would. It would. He's fucking doing it. And he's breaking stories that should be changing the world on a weekly basis, and they're fucking not. That's what's fucking crazy.
Hey, why do you think that is?
Dude, all of us out here know who tried to kill our kids, know who tried to kill our moms, our dads, know who tried to kill us. We know who did it. We know they tried to kill us. We know they're still trying to kill us. And no one's doing anything. They're making it so our kids can't go to school unless they risk their life. You're worried about gun violence in schools? You're a fucking moron. If you're worried about fucking gun violence in schools, you are completely fucking lost. It's like worrying about dying from a bee sting. There is a fucking multi-billion-dollar company, many multi-billion-dollar companies out there pushing stuff on your kids to kill them every single fucking day. Pushing. Your kids can't even go to school unless they fucking take this risk to fucking die. You know what I'm talking about, right? You do, right, Sousa?
Mm-hmm.
You don't fucking take, and then when you get there, they feed you more poison.
Mm-hmm.
But you're worried about fucking gun violence. I mean, it's moron central. It's you know when you were talking about alcohol the other day, I was tripping. You were killing it.
Oh, thanks.
But it's like everyone's drunk. They only care about the 5 minutes of their life. You're worried about gun violence because you see the world like this. This is like, I mean, literally, you're looking at the world. I wish I had a straw through a fucking straw. You have no perspective. You're just screaming, I'm a moron. Because why would you put your energy into that when there's people out there you already know that we can see the guys. Project Veritas showed it on their Instagram account a couple days ago. They're trying to kill your boys who are 12 to 17 years old. And in order to participate in the fucking soccer club at fucking Penn State, you have to fucking take that risk. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say something to you guys that I can't say because I don't want to fucking get in trouble. Not like in trouble, like getting kicked off the air. I'll try to think of a way to say it. Anyone who tried to hurt my kid, any of you that have kids, if someone tried to hurt, okay, let me rephrase this. Okay, that doctor, there's a doctor who was diddling the U.S. gymnastics team. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, did that guy kill himself?
I don't know.
Anyway, he was diddling the girls on the U.S. gymnastics team. If one of the parents would have killed him, I could not. I would, and I had to vote to put that guy in jail or not. I would put not in jail. I would actually probably, if I could vote to pay him money, Nasser. Thank you.
Yeah, he looks like he's in jail. I don't think he's dead.
Yeah. So then then I would also try to, if I was a politician, try to pass a bill that would feel sorry for that guy and give him $1 million so that he could go to an island to get therapy and swim in the ocean for his remaining days on Earth. Like, if you're trying to hurt kids, I put no barrier between you and the mob. I can't. I know and it might be wrong, but I cannot put a barrier. There's those people who are trying to get our kids to take these injections. They're such horrible people and they're trying to force it on them to make money. I don't care what James O'Keefe does if he's going to expose those people.
Mm-hmm.
Answer your question. I don't know why no one's done anything. I don't know. Like, why hasn't someone, you burnt down Ferguson, but there's still Pfizer headquarters? Are we out of our fucking mind?
Yes.
How is there any Pfizer headquarters anywhere in the world that's not look like a giant piece of charcoal?
Oh, you remember the Purdue?
They tried to kill they're currently trying to kill our children. Our boys. It's I don't know why. No one gives a fuck.
Well, you know who protects Pfizer and the mandatory, things that they have kids take before school is the state. And who protects the state? The cops.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
So it's hard because you got to untangle a bunch of stuff because the state has the monopoly on law and order.
Yeah.
You don't get a say on it.
Yeah.
The state has a monopoly on schools, and it's starting younger and younger and younger and younger. Hey, you got a mortgage to pay? You got some credit card debt?
That's
You
what
got
it
that
is.
9 to 5?
You nailed it. They're
go
holding
to-
everyone hostage by their jobs. That's that. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
dude, I have this fucking friend. who absolutely knows that there was no reason to take the injection, and he let his kids take the injection so his kids could go to college.
Yep.
And then he, in turn, his family pressured him to take the injection because everyone else in the family had taken the injection. It was the only right thing to do. And he did it all. And he knows. I had other friends who were nurses who knew all along that it was bad, and then they took the injection so that they could travel to New York City.
Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a deal. It's just the shot.
I'm just like,
don't you want to not have any restrictions on what you want to do?
God, I hope I'm wrong.
Hey, we question all our beliefs except for the beliefs we've never thought to question.
Oh, that's good. I hope I'm wrong, but unfortunately, there's a book here called Case Unknown by Edward Dowd. If you don't know who Edward Dowd is, Google him. One of the smartest minds in the world when it comes to making money. I don't know if you would call him an actuary, but he's digging deep into the numbers. I mean, there's thousands of smart people who see this, but this guy put the book together. It's nuts. I don't know what's going on, but God bless fucking James O'Keefe. All the gods. I hope all the gods, the only God, whatever. I hope. Yeah, I want to give that dude all my money too. He's dope. Well, I suspect I'm not wrong either, but I hope I am because it's. I hope I am. I work in film and TV. They still test 1 to 4 times per week, and some production companies still require the jab to get work. Fucking Hollywood. Yeah, the Hive is crazy. LA is crazy.
Well, if they let up on it, then nobody else is going to perpetuate it as hard.
When he comes on the show, I will tell you I will try to get him to tell this story. He does not. Greg Glassman does not tell this story. Well, was Greg vaccinated against polio? I would love for him to come on here and tell his polio story. And I hope all those people that have over the years that have made fun of him for his limp or anything about his training or his body or anything he's done, I hope you fucking burn in hell too. Sorry, I didn't mean that. It's just fucked up. He's done so much for fucking humanity, and then for fucking people that talk that shit, it's like, fuck off, leave him alone.
This is
Oh, Russ Stevens, you're back. Okay, no abortion talk today. Everyone should have the choice. Removing choice is the criminal element. Fair enough. I agree. Word. Not everyone. Not everyone.
Okay.
Not everyone. What?
No, I was just waiting for you to kind of process that a little bit.
Yeah, not everyone should have a choice. Your 12-year-old kid doesn't get a choice.
Either do we. There's a lot. We're limited by our choices. Hey, decide that you don't want to work or have a job.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what maybe I was reading into it. I think Russ is saying that like you shouldn't be able to be fired from fucking driving the fucking subway train in New York if you don't take the injection. That's bullshit, right? You think Russ agrees with that?
I think he does, but there's just a lot at play. Like everybody should have a choice. There's just certain choices we don't have. Like the bank created a product, right? You know what that product is?
What?
Their massive selling product? A mortgage.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now you fast forward a little bit. You can't get a house without a mortgage. Or you can, but it might be really hard. How many people could buy a house without a mortgage?
Right.
Then they create the American dream. Owning your own home.
Right.
That's the American dream. Okay, so now I go to the bank and I buy their best-selling product, which is a 30-year mortgage, maybe at a fixed rate of, whatever the current rate is. I think it's like 7% right now or 7.8% right now.
Right.
Now you're a part of our society because you can't do anything else because you got to pay off that debt. Because if you don't,
I don't know. Doesn't that play the victim role?
Play the victim of what?
So
I'm just explaining the system we live in. Who's a victim of the system?
Okay, so there were these two people, and they were both making $750,000 a year, right? Okay. And this one person bought a minivan for $50,000 and used the same furniture that they had in their house growing up.
Yep.
And the same carpet that their grandmother gave them, and that's how they lived. And they spent all of their money on paying their mortgage twice a month and getting a 15-year loan.
Okay.
The other person made $750,000 a year, and they bought 3 cars that were they bought 2 homes. They put their mom in one home, and they put themselves in another home, and then they bought 3 $200,000 cars.
Yep.
Right. And they bought 10 parrots and 5 dogs, and just
one was a big consumer.
5 years later, they both lose their jobs at $750,000 a year, or 7 years later, and one person has their home paid off, and the other person is fucking bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's choices that people make, right? Like every time I see, like I drive a fucking minivan. I seen the fucking pile of shit you drive.
It's a work truck, actually. It's the work truck.
Yours? Oh, sorry. I've seen your work truck. I've seen the pile of shit that thing is. Like, we don't have to drive these ass cars.
No.
So I'm just saying part of it's a choice. Like,
a big choice.
I agree that's the product, but I can't, like, at some point you have to wake up. You can't just like be making like.
But in both scenarios,
I see people driving Mercedes around my fucking town. I'm like, what you fucking, or an Escalade. Anytime I see someone driving an Escalade, I'm like, what could you possibly do for a living that makes you think you can afford that?
And in both cases of that scenario, you said you were like, and the other one's got 15-year mortgage, $750K too. You could continue to just save and rent and then buy something outright.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
even another choice right there. But yeah, you're absolutely correct, because
I just didn't like kind of the victim story. I hear you, the story's true.
No,
but
I
I
was
just
just
want anyone to play the victim. Like, you don't got to do that.
No, you don't have to. That's the point. I was just explaining the way that the system works, because now you live out the American dream, and I got a car to keep up with the Joneses, and I got my house. But really what I have is just a shitload of debt. So my future time is already purchased by the bank.
Right.
Because now I own the bank.
My
all
human
this
energy.
money.
Yes.
So that's already for 30 years. I have to work because I have to figure out how to come up with this mortgage so I could pay the bank back.
Right.
And so the more of that you do, especially with like the credit card debt and like everything else, and it's so easy. I mean, you turn 18 and banks just mail you shit. Boom, boom, boom. And so there's also inside of our school system, the largest run state entity, there is no financial literacy that should be happening all the way through school.
Right.
Like, you should be given dollars in some sort of sense, in a business in some sort of sense, and you should be able to manage your dollars in business, and the complexity of the management of that money and the funds and the business should continue to grow as you grow as a human.
Right.
So, you play smaller games and you play small business store, and then as you get into high school and stuff, you realize how that relates to taxes and you understand debt. Do people, you think that are normal people that we talk to, especially the younger people, and what I mean by younger is like age 18 through 25, that group right there. Do you think they have any idea what debt even means? I mean, half these people say all the time, "Oh, I hope the government pays for it." They're not even in an understanding that the government doesn't have money.
I had 4 credit cards that were maxed out at $20,000 each at the age of 20.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for my mom, my life would be completely fucked.
Yes. And
my mommy had to unfuck me. I get it.
Otherwise, what would have happened? You would have either had bankruptcy, or you just would have continued. You would have defaulted on all those things, and then you would have had no credit. And it's essentially people like worried about their social credit score. I mean,
I had immigrant privilege, by the way. I had immigrant parents who saved every fucking cent they could.
Yeah, they were smart about their money, and they understood.
And worked their ass off. Didn't take Sundays off or Christmas off. Like my family, I had immigrant privilege.
Yeah, and so the point that I'm just making here is that the monetary system is set up to entrench you in debt if you make those choices, not as a victim, but it's abundant. And then our school systems don't have any education on how any of that works, so you could understand it. They'd rather have you memorize facts out of a fucking history book as to this war started here and then this war started here. Still important to know history, no doubt.
Yeah.
But arguably, if you're going to make somebody who's going to be a functioning member of society, you should probably teach them how to stay out of debt first and foremost, so that way they could still have the ability to have choices. Because the more debt you accrue, you're giving up your choices. Right? You got a lot of money. This whole school thing with the kids, not a big deal. You send them to a fucking private school. Right? You don't like the way that the cops handle stuff and you're not really cool with the security. Well, you got money, buy your own security. You don't like the way the doctors or the system or your free healthcare is hard to go to or move to. again, it won't affect the rich because they're going to buy their own doctors. They're going to buy their own ambulance, So it only affects a bunch of the other people that don't understand how the monetary system works and how they're giving away their future time by accruing the debt. And once you really understand that you're just giving away your future choices, you're giving away your future opportunities, and you're giving away your future time every time you swipe that credit card at a 23% APR, and every time you take out that loan for that car, because it's only $500 a month and I can afford that, even though it's on a 60-month a span. If you don't really understand that, why are you worried about your choices anyways? Because you've just been willingly and freely giving them up the whole time anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that point started
Wow,
from.
that was a great tie-in at the end. That was a great tie-in at the end. Why are you worried about your choices anyway when you've already given them all up?
Yeah.
You tied a leash, one leg of the leash to the tree in the front yard and the other end of the leash to your leg.
Yeah, and then now we're upset, right? Or people don't have time, and it's like, well, you don't have time to stay home to homeschool your kids, to raise them and teach them the values that you want to instill, because you ran up that credit card debt, you had to drive that Mercedes, and you wanted the bigger house because renting's throwing away your money. Is it throwing away your money, or do I still have autonomy over choices? Because I could leave this apartment, I could go and move and whatever. I'm not staked down to the ground with a mortgage here.
Right. When I was homeless and I got my first job working at a home for disabled adults, I remember my first paycheck coming. I was making $7. I think $4.25. I can't remember how much I'm making. I want to say $7 an hour. It was minimum wage. Whatever minimum wage was in 1999. What was minimum wage in 2005? What was minimum wage in 2005?
$8.25.
Minimum wage, California by year. Let me see what it was. California. Holy shit!
$8.25.
Talking about increasing the minimum wage to $25.
Which
history
again,
of California minimum wage. 2008 it was $7.50. Oh, maybe I was making $6.25. Yeah, 2002 it was $6.25. Okay, I was making $6.25. And I remember getting my paycheck, dude, and being able to go to the coffee shop and being like, I'm going to get fucking cream. I'm going to fucking get cream. And I felt so, and I had enough money to where I didn't even have to worry about like it used to be like, okay, I have enough money for a coffee now and a coffee at lunch. Right. And then all of a sudden I was free. And for like years, I felt like a rich man. I truly felt rich as fuck.
Cream. I'll take some cream. Let the people in the back know too.
Dude, I didn't even know how much money I had in the bank. I looked in there one day and I had like $3,500
set.
Dude, are you kidding me? And I would fucking just go in there with my fucking ATM card and fucking like buy myself a cup of coffee and like someone else, some other homeless dude.
Like a stud.
Dude, it was crazy. I could buy a fucking box of wine and not give a fuck. $7.50 box of wine. Thank you. And I was truly rich as shit.
The minimum wage itself is also absurd. You talked about you don't want the government to regulate like cigarettes because then they're in bed with the government. It's literally what we're doing with the minimum wage. There should not be a minimum wage. There shouldn't be a minimum wage because ultimately, you know who suffers the most from the minimum wage?
Small business.
Small business, because Target, Amazon,
poor people in the middle class get fucked. Anyone with any entrepreneurial skills, done.
Yeah, Target, Amazon, Walmart, they love it. All
thick
the
cream.
chain
By the
restaurants.
way, Tyler, thick cream. Thicker the better. Yeah, crazy.
It's like
minimum wage is such a joke. More liberal fucking insanity.
Well, the funny part about that is like
an equity program. That's what it is. It's not an equality program. It's an equity program. Welcome to jail. Here's your money. Here's your bed sheets. Here's your toothbrush. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and the other part about that is the corporations who we all say are, they're evil and they're doing this. A lot of the times, the minimum wage massively favors big business. Massively. If you right now, if we said, okay, minimum wage now is going to be $100 an hour, Target and Amazon and Walmart, cool. We've just taken all the employees. Go ahead, Sevan. You want to start that liquor store that your dad used to own? Well, now he's got to pay every employee $100. They got to have their 15-minute union break. They got to have paid time off. And by the way, their labor isn't worth fucking shit because it's a low skill, low barrier entry labor. You just want somebody to stock the shelves and do some inventory. These used to be entry level jobs. And then if you provided more value to your dad in the liquor store, he's going to look at it and go, dang, Sevan, you sweep the shit out of the store. This inventory is awesome. Now you're starting to understand the cost of the inventory, and you're helping me decide, hey, I noticed these sell a lot more and these ones don't. These ones are actually more expensive. We could reduce our costs here and we could get more of these and you're going to make more sell. Damn, Sevan, you just saved us $20 more each month. I'm going to pay that to you now.
Yeah.
And you've increased your value in the marketplace, and then therefore the market's going to reward you for it. But we all want big daddy government to come in and help us with this minimum wage because I work at Walmart. And if I work at Walmart, they're making billions. I should deserve to live a decent life. No, you should increase your value in the marketplace by continuing your education. So that way you could own your own fucking Walmart one day, not sit there and complain why 90% of the time you're on your Instagram sitting on the floor when my wife's trying to get her face wash and she's pressing the button because everything's locked the fuck up because the government, again, has allowed everybody to steal everything out of our Walmarts. So now they're wasting my time because I got to press the little button. And guess what? Dipshit, who's now making $25 an hour because the government again stepped in and said we need to pay them more to have a livable wage, even though they have the policies that make it impossible to fucking live in this state. Is just sitting there on her phone, and Grace is pressing the button, and then she turns and she goes, "Hey, can you help me with this? I'm pressing the button." She goes, "You're not the person that's supposed to come, are you?" And she goes, "Oh yeah," and then sits up from sitting cross-legged on the floor in the aisle of the store she's working at to come over to unlock the thing. Brought to you by government. Crazy. But we won't question any of that. We're going to argue over if this dude can compete with your freaking daughters. That's the argument.
It's short-sighted by it again. It's alcohol brain. It's like what you're saying. It's like seeing just 5 minutes into the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad I'm not twisted up in that world. And today, I'm telling you, having a goal like just not having to worry about the price of gas is a great goal.
Oh my gosh.
Set your finances up so that, like, hey, when I fill gas up, I'm not tripping.
Yeah. Like I talked about it, every dollar that you save, you bought a future time back. So once you really understand your monthly expenses, let's say it's 30 grand a month for you to live, right? Stack up 30 grand, you just bought yourself back a year. 60 grand, you bought 2 years. 90 grand, you bought 3 years.
No reason you can't argue both. I'm not sure what you're talking about if you're arguing both minimum wage and not minimum wage. The problem is this: minimum wage punishes those people who want to be innovative. It punishes the people that we should last, the people who are the self-starters, the hard workers, the innovative, those people who at the end of the day, far down the road, that are the greatest for humanity, those people who brought us the airbag, the fucking cell phone, fucking electricity. It's just stifling those people. It's an equity move. You could argue the other side all day long. In the long run, it's worse for the population, and it's fucking rewarding fucking people, or it's disincentivizing people to work hard. Why would we ever do that? I don't think you can argue both. Oh, sorry. Against both A, the minimum wage, and B, men competing against women. Okay, sorry. Okay, my bad. Well, thank you. At least thanks for letting me get on my high horse. I'll get off now.
I'm so confused at the thing. We can't. Why? No reason you can't argue both. Oh, yeah. But you got to triage, brother. You got to triage.
All I'm taking away from the show is I need to start fasting again, and I'm okay with that. You know what? This is kind of crazy, but I save money by fasting on Sunday.
That's true.
Probably $1,000 a year. $491. And they convinced melanated people and women it sucks to be themselves. $491.
Thanks for letting me get my TED talk there. I don't really know where that kind of came from, but I was just
it was good.
Feeling it a little bit.
Yeah. People who brought us Paper Street Coffee. Oh my God. Oh, I want to talk about Paper Street Coffee in 1 second. This is the fucking dipshit from this is the dipshit who is from Breaking Bad.
I was gonna say Malcolm in the Middle because
oh my God, this is Bryan Cranston. Oh, this is so crazy. Okay,
Am I gonna not like him?
Yeah, he's just a fucking. It's the fucking tear campaign again. It's like, hey, let me convince you what a piece of shit you are, so you can feel sorry for yourself, and feeling sorry for yourself can become your platform instead of like something good, instead of being a badass.
Just ask yourself from an African American experience, when was it ever great in America for the African American? When was it great? So if you're making it great again, it's not including them.
Or maybe you need to shut your mouth because you don't know what you're talking about, and you're not talking to real people. You're talking to other elites and other liberals who all think being black is a curse. I grew up in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and
that's the underlying thing for all of this. He just said it. I feel bad for being a woman, therefore you should feel bad for being a woman, therefore you should feel bad for being black, therefore you should feel bad because you're a field worker, therefore no one should feel bad. No one should feel bad. You don't have to feel bad. When I walk around the skate park and I'm picking up trash like I do every fucking day, 5 out of 7 days a week, and I'm touching fucking people's Starbucks straws and fucking gross Coke cans and beer cans, I never am feeling bad about myself, ever. I'm proud. I'm so proud of who I am. And when yesterday I was walking along the beach and I picked up someone's dog poop. The only thing I'm embarrassed about when I pick it up is I don't want anyone to think it was my dog that shit there.
Good dude.
It's like anyway, this guy's fucking awesome, this Jason Whitlock dude. What? He gets it.
in 2000s, and America was great. No one's talking about going back to slavery. No one's talking about going back to segregation and Jim Crow. We're talking about, hey, let's go back to the 1990s.
Oh, just ask yourself from
Yeah, this guy thinks he's so cool. Think about how cool he thinks he is and how good he's basically saying, hey, all of you out there, my life is better than yours.
The crazy part is that they don't,
which I'm okay with, but then don't base it off of what black people. I think my life is better than most people's too. It has nothing to do with fucking skin color. It has to do with fucking how I was raised and how hard I work.
Yeah, when I first opened the affiliate and I would go to the mall to like grab random things, and I hardly ever go to the mall here in Pleasanton. And by the way, now a shitload of those stores are shut down. It's crazy to see because it's in Pleasanton. But when I would like go there, I would just kind of walk around and I see all the people in the stores, like the workers, like folding the clothes, or, like putting it up. And I used to like feel bad. Like want to go in there and be like, hey, are you here because like this is a stepping stone and you have a vision that you created for your own life? Or like, are you just kind of like feeling your way through it right now? Like, you know, like, I don't know. I guess it's hard to describe, but I would kind of like feel bad for them. And then I kind of checked myself and I was like, well, who am I to feel bad for them? Like what?
Right.
In order to feel bad for them, I have to view myself as superior.
Right.
Right. And then that kind of went away because I was like, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
It's a weird kind of indulging. Why not use that energy just to help other people if you want to help them?
Yeah. But first I had to view myself as being better than. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then once I was like, wait a minute, I'm no better than. Like that doesn't exist. It's just different circumstances, different choices. It's not a better or greater. And then that, like I said, but so it's interesting. I just wonder if they ever check that or see that what they're doing is harming more people than it's helping.
Yesterday I was walking and my kids were skateboarding, and I was walking along this path along the beach, and I saw some poop in the way. And then I just walked back behind. I just passed some ladies who are probably my age, and I just passed them. So I turned around. I said, hey, ladies, be careful. There's some shit up here on the ground. Because there was 3 ladies, and they were like goofing around, talking, not paying attention, right? They were just 3 friends having fun.
Yeah.
And a lady walking towards me goes, hey, that was really cool of you.
Hmm.
And I thought in my head, not as cool as you telling me that it was cool of me.
Yeah, paid it forward.
Right? She made my day.
Validated it.
Yeah, she validated me. It was so fucking cool. It was so fucking cool. I know it's unhealthy to bathe in that, but I did. Caller, hi.
Souza, I work at the Stone Ridge Mall.
No shit.
Yeah, it's Phillip Kelly. I worked at the Stone Ridge Mall at Hollister, which is the Abercrombie and Fitch sister store.
Yep.
And it's funny, you're saying you're going to the Pleasanton Mall, and I'm like, oh fuck, I remember working there. And I'm telling you what, the people that shop out there, they have zero concern for their workers and how much work they have to do to keep the stores looking nice. People would come in there and just knock over piles of clothes and not even care. They would just run through the store. So it's funny that you said that. But the other thing that I've been wanting to say, I meant to say it when I was on there, Sevan, is circling back real quick. When you had Rich Froning on and you were talking about how he's been able to build his Mayhem empire, I just wanted to tell you, and I know you already know this, but you're doing that with this podcast. We talked about it at BSI in Arizona, and you know that this thing is like, it's taking off, and before you know it, it's going to have taken off, and it's going to be like, how did we get here?
Well, it's funny you say that because I told one of my friends the other day, I was like, hey, I'm going to get to say, at one point, I'm going to get to say, well, I guess I was fired for a reason. So I could, I was fired for a reason. It was God's work, blah, blah, blah. And my friend, dude, he said, you can already say that. So I guess that's what you're saying.
You can, but whether you know it or not, you are building your own community. I've been looking at it very similar to how an affiliate can be successful. You have your values. I know that you're not a Christian per se, for example, but you do have values, and there's a lot of your values that resonate with people, and it's obvious, and it's very easy to see just from the following that you have so far. I think it's only going to continue that way, and it's not because you're trying to. And we talked about this too. It's not because you're trying to be somebody else that is a successful podcaster. You're just being you. Yeah. And I said this too, also to you in Arizona, that I really admire that about you. And one of the other things that I really admire about you is your loyalty to your friends. And I think it takes a lot of guts and courage to be there for somebody like Greg, the way that you have with everything that's gone on over the years, and to still be sticking by his side. Allison NYC, same thing. I know she's loyal to the gut. And I said this to you too in Arizona. It's like, you guys are awesome. And that everybody should want to be more like you guys and be around people like you, instead of the torch holders and the woke mobs coming after people for saying what they really believe in. And so I just kind of wanted to just throw that out there to you, man. Like, keep doing what you're doing, obviously. But I'm excited for the future of your show.
Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. I am too. I'll say this too. After you guys made that birthday video for me, later on that night, I was in the garage and I was on the assault bike and I had my head down and sweat was coming off. And it was like I was transported into the future. I was thinking about the video and just trying to understand why you guys would go out of your way to make that. And I just felt so empowered by it. It was crazy. It was probably unhealthy, but I felt so fucking special. And I was thinking, there's nothing about that video that humbles me. That video makes me proud. I was like bathing in it while I was on the assault bike. Like, wow, I people actually like me. I was like, how do people get up there and be like, I'm humbled by it? I walked out of this room. My eyes hurt like a motherfucker though, but I walked out of here so proud. Like, I just wanted to just like, I felt like a giant that I could hug the whole planet Earth and squeeze it. It was crazy. I felt so fucking good. And I appreciate that. You guys say that again.
I don't think you realize the effect you have on people day in and day out.
No, of course not. I'm fucking oblivious, dude. I'm fucking oblivious.
You know, I can, watching that video, I knew we were making those videos, and when Jonathan was done creating it, I didn't watch it when he sent us the final version of it. I didn't watch any of them. I wanted to experience it for the first time too. Dude, we were all crying. As soon as the first one, I was like, wait, why is there this music in the background? That already will take me out, you know? And dude, we all were just like, people were like, Sevan's gonna lose it when he watches this, you know? And I was like,
how did you guys know? I don't cry a lot on this show, do I? I cried when the blind lady came on.
I'll tell you why. And I don't think a lot of people get to experience something like that happen to them.
Right.
And I think I can relate to it in my own situation with getting to watch the video of people coming together and doing a workout for me when I was only 8 days in on the ventilator.
Oh.
I mean, I can't, it's so hard for me to watch that video because I see all of these people and I'm like, I can't believe you showed up for me. I'm just a CrossFit trainer,
right.
And I'm just trying to help you out. And I never would have expected anybody to show up to do anything for me.
Right.
And so it's overwhelming for sure, to say the least. And so I think I'm glad that you're able to, like, I don't think it's ever going to get easier maybe for you to watch that sort of thing, but it's only going to keep growing. And I know there's more people out there who wish that they were able to create a video and submit it. And I wasn't necessarily the leader of this thing, but I will just say that it isn't because we were trying to leave anybody out. So I'll apologize for if anybody feels left out of it. Shit, make a video and just send it in.
I'll have another birthday. I'll have another birthday.
At 365 days.
Fucking nuke me again.
Yeah. So, anyways, man, that's it. I didn't mean to take over the whole show, but
that's okay. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I love people calling in and talking to me about myself. That's great.
I'm fluffing you. I'm a fluff guy over here.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Talk to you soon. Bye. We're also that was Phillip Kelly. We're also going to have Kat Shear visit soon. She's also on the California hormones journey, and of course, if you want someone who's just completely fucking embrace it and running with the torch, make sure you check out Andrew Hiller's Testosterone Tuesdays. He's doing cool shit over there. Yeah, don't it doesn't suck to be a woman or black, or it doesn't suck to be alive. Being alive is really cool. It's make sure you remind yourself of that. Uh-oh, my wife. Oh no. I'm good.
Summoned.
488. Oh my goodness. I don't know which one of you guys sent me this. The vast majority of these are stuff you guys send me. 99 out of 100. And by the way, I tried to go through all of my fucking my DMs are completely out of control. You guys got to be chill. You can't send me like this much stuff. You can't send me something this long.
One at a time, please.
You can't possibly. There's this event about to happen in Scotland, and I told the people that I would help them promote it. I really like them, but they hadn't talked to me like in a month, and so they're like, "Okay, I think it's time to promote it." And I'm like, "Okay, what promote what? What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I can't remember anything.
Yeah, it's hard.
Someone else sent me a DM the other day, and it's like, "Hey, you were ripping on me in this show, and blah blah blah." And they wrote this whole thing to me. You were unfair, and I'm like, "Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about." Like I know who like I know who this is. Wad Zombie. I know I know the Sizzle. I know Eric Weiss. I know David Weed, Christine Young. I know Russ Stevens. No Abortion Talk. I know Audrey. She got the nice ass. I know Dick Butter. I know Seema. She's got the cool hair. I think she's Middle Eastern, but I'm probably wrong, and I can't stop thinking that. I know who these people, but if you're just a person who pops in my DMs like once every 4 months, I have no idea. I'm lost.
Yeah, and also too,
can't keep it all together. So you gotta help me. You gotta be gentle. And I like getting them. I know who Janelle is. You keep giving money, too much money. I saw your DM yesterday. I don't know you.
That's Camille LeBlanc last name.
Oh. Anorection. Oh yeah, I know you intimately. Anorection.
You guys are those fucking names. And I think it's important to say too that like the DMs I could send to the podcast Instagram, to myself, or to like Sevan and stuff like that. Like if we could have a way to filter through all that and get back to everybody, we would. There is no like level of importance or like anything like that, and all of it is super appreciated.
What do you mean? You mean on the Sevan Podcast one?
I just am speaking, and I'm speaking for you too. So sorry about that. But just all of us, like I know I would love to have the time to sit there and go back and forth with everybody through the DMs and acknowledge everybody in my personal Instagram and on the Sevan Podcast IG and everything else. And I know you would too, but it just at some point, like it just gets impossible to keep up with. But I just want people to let them know that if there is no response, it's still really appreciated. It's not like we're purposely ignoring.
I'm trying. I'm trying to respond to everyone. You have to know. I really am trying. Like, I'm determined.
But I just wanted to say that piece there. Like, there's no. Yeah, we just really appreciate all of it.
Yeah, I'm determined. But I don't appreciate the fucking long ones. I don't appreciate the long ones.
I appreciate the hateful ones, the long ones, the short ones.
Yeah,
I just
maybe
I
the
don't
long
read
ones
them
to
all.
Sousa. Like, if you have a backstory to your shit that, like, I don't need. No.
All the people that reach out.
Just
to be
tell
on the
me,
show.
Sevan, can you wish my husband a happy birthday? He just beat cancer. I don't need like when you met or short and sweet.
Okay, we playing this bad boy.
Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, okay, here we go.
If I am a white man. Don't you know that belief is a doubt? How is belief a doubt? Because you cannot believe something and know it. My poor brain. Wait, I cannot believe it and know it. No, and you can only believe in what you don't know. I like that. You can only believe in what you don't know. You don't know. That's why you have to believe it. Yes. Now, do you believe in your mother and father? No, I know my mother and father. Yeah. If you know that you are white, explain to me how you know this. My mother is Portuguese and she's white. My father is Scottish with blonde and blue eyes. If I get water, I get a black can, a white one, a blue one, and a yellow one, and I fill them with water and seal them. When you look, what would you see? Nothing, just the white of the black. You would see the different colors. The different colors. And if you trust those eyes of yours, you're going to believe that they're different, aren't you? I will believe it. Until you go and taste them. And what are you going to discover? That it's all just water. All one. Oneness in diversity, we call it. Now, you see all these human beings that you see, they are the same. And if you go to any one of them, excuse me, sir, what color is your mind? You see, you hear what he said? He doesn't know what color his mind is. No, because we are spirits living in different color physical bodies. We are not our bodies. When you look with the eyes, you're not seeing me, you are seeing the body. When you look at my body and say I'm a black man, that is a program. You was programmed from birth to believe that you are blacks and whites. You're just a spirit in a body full of the same stinking. Thank you, my friend. I believe
that's it. Podcast is over. That's all I'm trying to say. That's why I call him melanated. That's why I can't even call him black or white. It's like it should just be melanated and unmelanated. It's fun. And now you guys know he told you why I don't like the word believe. There's nothing to believe.
Believe the science.
Don't ever believe in God. If you
Believe
in God,
it.
it's a placeholder, because anytime you say I believe in God, take some time and get to know God. Just take 5 minutes. That's it. That guy cracked the whole code. That's my whole entire fucking shtick. That dude unraveled my whole shtick. That's it. There is no fucking black and white. There is no believing shit. Believing's just a joke for lazy people. Hello, caller. Hi.
Hey, Sevan, this is a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, I love when people say that.
Nice to hear your voice.
Hey, I really appreciate your love and clarification of words. I just want to clarify what Christians mean by the word believe.
Oh, okay. Wow. How fucking timely are you? You didn't miss a beat, brother. You didn't miss a beat. Hook me up. Hook me up. Yes.
Listen, this has been on my mind for a while.
Please. Okay.
Belief is not. Here, let me give you an analogy.
Please.
Do you believe that parachutes work?
Yes.
No, I know that they work based off the evidence and the predictive value of seeing when the chute opens and the speed and rate at which it slows it down to the earth.
Perfect. Belief in the Christian realm is not, I believe that there is something or that something works. It's that I'm willing to put it on my back and take the jump. It's trust.
Right.
So when people say, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I trust him for what he's done for me. So just a point of clarification.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Can you do me again?
Yeah.
Do me again.
Okay. So I've been trying to nail you down. It's kind of difficult.
It is, and I
but there
appreciate
seems-
the effort. I know it's difficult. It's fucking hard, and I appreciate.
Okay.
But we have to keep making the effort, and I appreciate it.
Okay, so let's another analogy. What does it take for me to say that there is no gold in China? How much knowledge do I need to make that statement?
God, some sort of like omniscient awareness, right? To see.
Yeah, I gotta know everything. I gotta know what's under every rock, what's in every mouth,
Yeah.
the jewelry people are wearing. What do I have to know to be able to say there is gold in China?
Just the tiniest bit of information.
Yeah. So I just got to know one thing. So the Christian knows one thing and knows it more than anybody else. And that's that God created you. He exists and he did his work on the cross to save us from sin. What you don't seem to understand is what sin is in comparison, especially in comparison to God's holiness. Am I clear? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Probably
think
not.
you made kind of
Yeah?
a leap there when you went from what Christians know to my understanding of what sin is.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't like the word sin, you don't like the word evil. You know, so I'm kind of, you know, trying to figure out your worldview. It's difficult.
I guess it's when I think of God, I don't think of anything that's relative or contextualize, right? So like there's hot and there's cold and there's big and there's small and there's all my worldly knowledge has to be contextualized, right? And that's and that's why people worship fake gods, right? Because they don't contextualize and they start thinking that some things are real. And that's where I have the problem with the word with belief. Like people actually believe what they see on CNN. And it's like all of a sudden it's like, dude, there's nothing real. It's all context. I'm only fat because that person is skinny. Like it's all, but God for me is not something that can be put in context.
Okay. Can I help you with that?
Please,
I'm going to be
please.
quick.
And so when people say good and
callers-
evil, I'm like, man, your God is not my God, because my God is not like that. The God that I'm aware, and my God is only something that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. Like there's no other way for me to explain it.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So let me try to broaden your awareness, maybe narrow it. I don't
and
know.
The faith piece is huge with me too. Like I understand faith. I experience something that I don't understand, and I call it faith. That's a word I use kind of to point at kind of like I'm safe in really unknown situations.
Yeah,
because there is a God, I guess.
Okay, so how do you know right from wrong? That's somewhat rhetorical question. You know it's in your conscience. Every civilization you go to has
Someone
basic right and wrong
explained it to me like this the other day. It was on the show. Jay Nara did. He talked about something called objective morality. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he goes, it's treating people the way you want to be treated. Do you want to be killed? I'm like, no. Then you shouldn't kill someone. That's a moral value of yours. I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah, but that only goes so far.
Okay.
Because all men are corrupt.
Okay.
I mean, you see this in raising children.
Right.
You see how easy it is for them to lie, cheat, and steal to get their way, because we're all corrupt. We're all selfish creatures.
Right.
So so it takes us so far. It's helpful. It's a good foundation, but is lying wrong? Well, let me be clear. Is making false statements about your neighbors wrong? Telling lies about other people, is that wrong?
If you here's the problem, and I honestly mean this, and I'm not trying to distract from where you're going. No, lying is not wrong. What lying does to you, my son explained it to my other son perfectly the other day. Bear with me here. One of my sons I saw taking chocolate out of a drawer. I said, "Hey, dude, you can't have that," and he goes, "Yeah, I'm sneaking it." And I said, "Okay." I go, "How many times have you done that?" He goes, 2 other times. And and I go, "Oh, what were the times?" And he's like, "You and mom were in there watching TV, and then another time you and mom were still getting stuff out of the car." I'm like, "Oh," I go, "That's pretty cool." I said, "All right." And then my other son said, I go, you telling me all the times that you did it? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, you telling me the truth? He goes, yeah. I'm like, fuck, you're a stud, dude. I appreciate it. And I didn't say anything else to him. Then my other son goes, you know why we tell the truth? And I said, why? And he goes, because if you don't tell the truth, then you got to spend energy in your brain protecting your lie. And then when you're in jiu-jitsu class, you might be thinking about your lie, and then you can't fight good. He's like, so you can't tell lies, so you can't have to protect nothing, so you can kick ass in class. I was like, damn right, motherfucker. Let the truth set you free.
Wow.
So I don't think it's wrong. I think it's a consumer of unnecessary energy. Boy, man, we're onto something here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. 2 6-year-olds breaking that shit down. I was like, damn, they're fucking shit up right now.
That's great. let me take your logic. It's just one step further.
Those lies will then separate you from God also, by the way, because God for me is a thoughtless place.
So hold on.
Okay.
So all you described to me was selfishness.
Okay.
All you described to me right there was preservation of self.
Right. You mean like the child doesn't want to lie so that they can be stronger?
Well, yeah.
And that's selfish.
Yeah, they don't want their world. They don't want their world getting messed up.
Right.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about honor, integrity. It's about, hey, this is weight on my shoulders that I got to deal with.
Right.
It's not about some objective truth. It's a subjective reality. Hey, I got jujitsu. I got.
Oh no. I think you have it. I think you have it backwards. I think the God thing is the subjective reality, and what the kid is saying is the objective truth. The kid is actually telling you the mechanism of what the consequences of lying, and the God story is the subjective one because it's a made up narrative.
So what I mean by subjective and objective is subjective is immediately in front of you.
Okay.
Objective is outside of you in all circumstances.
Okay.
Subjective is situational ethics.
Okay.
There's a situation that makes me act in a certain way. Objectiveness is ethics that permeate everything. It's how you interact with the world, no matter what the consequences are.
Okay.
So you remove the consequences of that lie being a weight on his shoulders during practice, and he doesn't care.
Right.
But because he knows, he does care.
Right.
Right. So it's subjective. So objectively, there is a right and there is a wrong. So if you sit, well, I'll bump that. Listen, I will call another time. I
appreciate you calling.
Yeah.
These are my favorite kind of conversations.
Yeah, this is really good stuff.
I love them too. I just hate that it's at the end of your show, and I don't want to keep you long. I just want to give you something to think about.
Let me also say this. I think one of them is a mathematical story for telling the truth, and the other one is a narrative for telling the truth. My kids are telling the mathematical, and that there's there's one that's a story for telling the truth. I will say this: since I met my wife, and she's got me to basically stop lying. Basically, there's a few people in my life that have got me to stop lying, and by stop lying, I mean it's just all the little shit that I see people lying about everywhere. It's a feigning kindness. It's feigning like not wanting to hurt someone's. And by the lies, I mean saying stuff like telling someone you have to get off the phone because for some reason that's not true. Oh, my kid's calling me, when it's not. You just want to get off the phone. Just tell the truth. When she got me to do all of that stuff, my life changed, and my fidelity of experience with the unknown increased fucking dramatically. I'd like to pose one more thought before you go.
Yeah, sure.
There's this idea of ownership, that you own something. And then on top of this fucking bullshit idea, and don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly okay with ownership. I'm perfectly okay with the lie that we tell ourselves that red means stop. These are fun things. I enjoy them. These are not objective realities. None of us own anything. But then on top of that, to think that there's something called stealing that's already built on a false premise of ownership. If you want to live in fucking reality and commune with God, in my experience, You have to be able to distinguish between lies, but then on top of that, other lies. Meaning someone steals your fucking car and you think that that story is fucking true. You are now 3 placements away from God. You think that there's a you. You think that something of yours got stolen, and you think there's ownership. Do you see how fucking layered and convoluted that is? There's none of that shit. It's all part of this fucking insane illusion that, once again, I love playing in.
Yeah.
But it can't possibly be fucking true. I see no evidence for it.
Okay. You use the term ownership.
Yeah.
I use the term, I just coined it, stupid, loanership. I don't own anything. Everything is on loan from God. It's a temporary thing that I am caring for.
Right. So when the Bible says
if somebody
that they're
is watching
stealing
your kids,
yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm going to make it real personal.
Okay.
Somebody's watching your kids.
Yeah.
Those are your kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Something happens to your kids under their watch.
Yeah.
You're going to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are your kids. You in a sense own them, but you still don't. They're on loan from God. They're under your care and your watchful eyes, your responsibility to take care of the things that are in your, in a sense, possession.
Right.
And yeah, we take that a little bit further, but this whole world's created. Everything's a created thing. So we have a responsibility to take care of things that are in our possession, and especially when they're loaned out to us, we should even be more careful with those things because they're not ours directly. We're just borrowing them for a time.
So my point is this. This is going back to the moral thing about what you were saying about stealing versus not stealing and right and wrong. If you when it is never my place to say if someone is stealing without the acknowledgement that I'm living in but my moral fiber to agree with you is I know when I'm stealing. Those rules in the Bible that say thou shalt not steal, it is not my place to judge someone who goes into a bank and robs. But I know it's wrong for me.
Well, here's
but I do not know what the master plan has, and I don't know what's wrong for other people. And that's where I struggle with the whole
let me simplify
Christian
it.
thing. Yeah.
Let me really simplify it. You love your kids. I know you love your kids. You speak about it all the time. That's one of the reasons why
I'd become a vampire for my kids. I would do anything for my kids.
Right. Your love for your kids causes you to hate anything that would interfere with their progress in life.
Yes.
You love them so much that you hate other things.
Yes.
So
it's bad. I know.
God loves truth so much that he hates lies. He loves the things that he gifts. He loves the things that he gifts you with. He loves his own creation so much that he hates anybody that destroys his creation.
Yeah.
So love and hate go hand in hand. Because he loves children, he hates abortion.
Right.
Because he loves the female form that he created, he hates anything that defiles it.
Right.
So right and wrong comes.
He hates tattoos and piercings. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm guessing.
No, you don't know that.
I took it too far. I took it too far.
That's okay. And here's the other reason we love you, Sevan.
Yeah.
It's because you are honest and you're able to look yourself in the mirror. So I'm just trying to hold that mirror just a little bit closer for a moment.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, love you. Have a great one.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
All right.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's a real fucking Christian fishing for souls.
That's what I was thinking. You gotta save that for tomorrow. We kind of jumped around. I
made $500 on the show, on my birthday show. You guys gave me $500.
Dang.
I know.
That's cool.
That's really fucking cool. That's crazy.
It reminds me of Bernie Sanders. On average of
Listen, you guys aren't going to
$7.
turn me into a Christian today. Listen, motherfuckers. I know this guy's going to call and try to unfuck me too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who is this?
Sevan is Jimmy from Texas. What's up, man?
Jimmy, what's up? Tell me what a piece of shit I am, then and unfuck me.
Well, dude, I'm actually trying to save you.
Okay, thank you.
By
Sorry,
not
save me.
about the stuff that's controversial.
Okay, tell me, save me.
Oh man, I just just wanted to kind of switch gears a little bit.
Okay,
get back
good.
on the CrossFit. Yeah, just kind of. That's what I said. I'm literally going to save you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So
Oh,
listening to
that
the show
kind of save.
yesterday-
You're saving me from getting saved. Okay, that's another level of save. Wad Zombie collections trade donation for this service. Okay. Yes, go ahead, brother.
So I was listening to y'all's show last night. Y'all had a bunch of people on, and everybody was talking about the quarterfinals and how they think the field needs to be narrowed down or the filtering needs to be better from the open and the quarterfinals. And I definitely agree with that. I just more so wanted to play devil's advocate and get y'all's thoughts. At least to me, it makes sense. I don't know about everybody else, but CrossFit itself is, as much as it is a sport, and we love the sport of fitness, it's also a business too. And I think for the longest time, I competed way back in the day when regionals was still a thing.
Tell me your name again?
Jimmy.
Okay.
From Texas.
Okay. Did we know each other, Jimmy? Have we met?
I don't think we have.
Okay.
But I was the guy who called in about the occupational games. Who was trying to get the occupational games to the bigger stage, wondering why it wasn't already or why it wasn't made as big as a thing. And we had that chat over the phone. But kind of back to what I was saying is I think that people forget that CrossFit is a business. And way back in the day when I competed, like the 2010, 2012 era, when regionals was still a thing, 99% of the people who competed in the open, their season was done if they didn't make it in the top 40 or the top 32 in their region or whatever it was. It bounced around for multiple years. And after that open fee, I think it was like $20, $25. That was it. And then really from there, the top 1% were really the only ones generating any type of revenue or income for CrossFit in the later stages of competition. So I think that as much as we want to see that field get narrowed now, I think that CrossFit as a business is thinking of ways to, generate more revenue for themselves by taking a bigger fee in the open and taking a bigger fee in the quarterfinals, and then having more money for whatever it is from a business perspective, maybe increasing the amount of money, the money that they have for prize pools or whatever. But I just think that people need to take that into consideration.
Yes. Yes. And you know what, that's perfect, because that's what I was saying. Basically, the games are fucking crazy expensive, and they need sponsorship and they need money. And that was one of the cool things about when they had like 17 regionals, which is crazy to think there used to be 17 fucking regionals. It would allow a lot of place for sponsors.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Hey, do you agree with what that other caller said too, by the way, that Adrian Bosman has kind of added a lot of fire to the event, because we are kind of on the edge of our seat, wondering what he's going to program?
What is that fucking noise in the background?
Sorry, I'm rubbing my penis and I don't have any lube, so it's a little. I've been rubbing it.
I was going to say that I really
it's
think
me pulling off my cock ring. I left it on all night, and it's so fucking tight that I'm just rolling it up the tip. One roll at a.
Hey, I respect that so much.
No, it's my captains of crush. I'm doing it right by the microphone.
Goodness.
Hey, I got to take the kids to jiu-jitsu. We will be back here this afternoon. Maybe save the phone number, call in, and harass us then.
Yeah, that'd be
good.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling. Matt Souza, I will see you after the UFC fights tonight. I'm gonna take the kids to jiu-jitsu. Love you guys. Another fucking amazing show. Thank you for all of you. Someone sent me a DM saying that they're praying for me. That's fucking crazy kind. Someone else tried to call and teach me about morals. That's cool.
That was really cool.
Someone else in the comments said I'm 80% of the way there. But anyway, believe and know that Jamaican guy, that's not the last time we're going to hear from him. I'm not erasing that clip off my list. We will be revisiting that. Brilliant explanation. All right, guys. Love you. I will see all of you this, I think 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time after the UFC fights.
5:30.
Okay, 5:30, even better. And Brian Friend will be here also. And I believe Andrew Hiller and Mr. Howell and maybe some others. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Janelle. Bye, Audrey. Bye, Russ. Boo bye.